Uh-huh. Hey, that works. Let's try that again. We're gonna fade to black, fade to black, fade to black. There we go. There we go. Fixed. Never happened. Try this again. Hey everybody! Welcome to the Strimstream. I am your host, Strim Tom, and today we are going to be doing something really cool. Because you see, right there, maybe if you haven't played this game in a little while, maybe you're not used to some of the changes in Dungeons & Dragons Online, right there, there's a Dragonborn. That's right, something you can't play in most other video games. You know, you're going to be out there like, man, I'm going to play my random MMORPG. Cool, I could play as like a dwarf archer, cool, that's great. Or I'm gonna play as like a human warrior. Bam, look at that, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna play Dungeons & Dragons Online. I'm gonna play as a dragon. By the way, green scales, purple hair. Ooh, fresh, new and fresh, brand new ideas, new content. It's great. It's coming straight to you, straight out of the minds of those who worked on 5th edition and Dungeons & Dragons Online. It goes great with my new fresh haircut. Ooh, thank you for noticing. I like that. Appreciate that, compliment. But yes, we are playing as a Dragonborn today. So, what are the Dragonborn? Why are they good? The Dragonborn have a lot of different strengths, and I would say kind of what a lot of their strength lie in is, especially in classes that don't have great enhancement trees, the Dragonborn have great enhancement trees. The big issue that I see with Dragonborn is that everything is front-loaded into the enhancement tree. So if we're going to talk down to brass tacks, get the numbers going right away, from a class standpoint, if you're spending almost all your points in your class enhancement trees, so you're playing something with very tight enhancement point balances, like Ranger, like Paladin, like Warlock, things that have very tight enhancement point expenditures where you can't really spend a lot of points in your actual racial enhancement tree, Dragonborn may not be the best, especially considering even though they do get strength and charisma, they don't get any other racials. So that's kind of not so great. If you think about something comparatively, you might think strength and charisma is great, but if you look at something like this compared to like a drow, even though drow get less racial enhancement points, they also get, even though drow kind of like you get less points you can spend on your ability scores, as being a 32 with a 36 point build or a 28 with a 32 point build. They get 3 bonuses stats, and they also get bonuses in their search spot and listen. They get weapon proficiencies, mastery with shurikens, so you don't have to take that feat, and spell resistance, a lot of which are really powerful just on their own. You're planning on making a drow monk, you're going to save yourself a feat and can maybe pick up an extra toughness feat, which might not sound like a lot, but 33 extra life is really important, especially when it comes to the end game and you're trying to figure out exactly where your build is going to lie. So because the Dragonborn don't have the upfront racials, they are just strength and charisma right out of the gate. Great, make some good preset in as like good paladins, good other classes, because of things most of their abilities being front loaded into their racial enhancement tree. It kind of means that if you can't spend points in the racial enhancement tree, you may not get the most out of your Dragonborn. This doesn't mean you shouldn't play one. Absolutely play a Dragonborn. I'm playing a Dragonborn because I'm a dragon, and their animations are amazing. But if we're talking the brass tacks, we're talking the math, the hard stuff is going to give you the top numbers. You can tell all your friends how you got more kills than anyone else in the Shroud. Yeah. They may not be the absolute best for certain builds. However, undeniably, Sorcerer is one of the absolute best builds for the Dragonborn. Sorcerer really only needs to spend most of enhancement points in its main Sorcerer tree, and then everything else can be spent in the Dragonborn tree. We're going to take a bit of a look at that and how it came out to live, so you can kind of see, and I'm going to detail the character I'm going to play, and then we'll start getting into the game. Do some quests, show off what's going on. If you could tell by the title, we are doing something a little bit different than normal. So I'm going to quickly detail what the Dragonborn tree gives, and why you should potentially put your points in it. To start off, they give strength or charisma out of the enhancement tree. If you're a class that wants more strength or charisma, like Sorcerer, or potentially like Fighter, bam, you can spend your points here. If you're planning on playing like a two-handed fighter, Dragonborn is really great because of the extra strength. Along the left side, it's hit points and healing amp. Hit points and healing amp. Straight up tankiness. That's extremely good. I'm playing currently as a Dragonborn Druid for my Reaper group. We're doing Reaper 4 or higher on every single quest. And it's a lot of fun, but this tree is amazing because it just makes you so much more tanky for those big hits. They get base armor class. They get Dragon Breath. The Dragon Breath is great out of here. The DC is a little bit low if you're playing as a first life character because it scales off your charisma and evocation bonuses and not your level. So you really need to be playing like a multiple lived evocation type character to kind of really make the most out of your Dragon Breath. But it is very powerful and does a lot of damage. Now, very important about Dragon Breath, make sure, this is kind of a weird thing, don't use it while moving. It only really works while standing still. If you're jumping, if you are moving, it won't work. So make sure you're standing still while using it. It does kind of limit it a bit. It doesn't quite fire as cleanly as the Dragon Breath out of Draconic Incarnation, but it is very powerful and very useful. As well, if you're playing as a sorcerer, you're picking up DCs of breath attacks for your forward Draconic Incarnation. You're picking up Draconic Heritage, so extra spell power, which is great if you're playing as a sorcerer. Draconic Heritage, which is bonus to maximum catch level. For something like Electric here, that's going to double dip on your damage of spells like Lightning Bolt that already hit twice. So very, very powerful, extremely useful. This maximum catch level thing is bonkers for a sorcerer. And then right up here, +3 to evocation DCs. Craziness. Just pure madness. So out of here, you get a lot of stuff as well. Spell penetration, so if you play as a Dragonborn wizard, you can pick up an extra 3 spell penetration here without having to be an elf, and instead of being an elf where you get a minus on constitution, you can play as a Dragonborn and get a bonus on your health, and be tankier. So especially as a wizard where you have free enhancement points to spend in different trees, playing a DC caster wizard as a Dragonborn isn't actually a terrible idea, because you'll have the spell penetration. That's not the character I'm playing. I'm playing something a little bit different. I'm playing a Vanguard. Vanguard is one of my favorite classes. I've wanted to play one again for a really long time. I really wanted to play Fighter Vanguard, so that's what we're doing here. I'm playing a Pure Fighter Dragonborn Vanguard build. So Strength is the only stat I really need, and I'm going to be hitting people to death. So if you've never played Vanguard, I'm going to detail what that is, why it's good, why you should consider using it. Number one, that's the Vanguard tree right here. So Vanguard gives you a couple bonuses. One, for the core, it gives you just hit and damage while you have a shield on. And then as well, shield specialization. For every one of these you take, you get +1 to hit, damage, and armor class. Very, very important. This shield specialization does not show up here. It does not show up down here. It does work in-game. I've done extensive testing on it. It actually does work. It affects your attacks. It just doesn't show up in your equipment log. So don't trust the equipment log. It does work. So that's very important. As well, you get Stunning Shield, which is a great stun, and this improves your ability to deal damage with your shield. So when I say deal damage with your shield, I don't mean like, go up to guys and you're smashing them like this, right? You're not doing this. This is a terrible idea. That's not helpful. What happens is you get the ability to make free secondary shield bashes, like this one, 10% chance to make a secondary shield bash, while doing your regular auto attacks, which continues to go up. 10%, 10%, 10%, and I believe you get another 10% somewhere else. I guess you get 30% here, and there's another 10% up here. So what that means is when I'm attacking, at some point, where is it? My character, like that, is going to swing their shield to the side and do a free attack with the shield. Now, the free attack with the shield is great. One, shields do decent damage. I mean, this weapon right here, my tower shield, it's a D8, so it's okay. It's not that bad. But the big thing is your shields get massively boosted by the Vanguard tree. Right here, I get +1, my shield gains +1 W, +1 weapon damage. Right here, from this one, I gain +1 W and critical threat range and multiplier. And then up here at the top, your shield gains +1 W. So +1 W, +1 W, +1 W. That means any shield you equip is going to be a base 4 times, or 4W, 4 weapon damage times the base damage. As well, critical threat range right here. You get bonus critical damage right here. And all that +1 W as well as critical threat range and multiplier, every shield you equip is going to become an 18 to 20 times 3. Now, if you happen to have a better shield, you can get your shields all the way up to a 17 to 20 times 3. And sometimes the +W goes a bit crazy. It goes a bit off the deep end. I'm going to show you that right now. I probably should have done this sooner, but I'm going to show you how that works and why the shields become such an astronomically high amount of damage. As well, because you're playing as a strength-based character, shields only scale off strength. So even if you take Harper Agent and you take like Strategic Combat to make your stuff scale off intelligence, or you cast another spell or anything like that, shields will only scale off strength for damage. The only exception is if you're playing as a Swashbuckler, you can get your shields to scale off Charisma, Intelligence, or Dexterity if you have different tack. But having lots of strength, because I'm playing a fighter, I don't have to split my damage or my stats anywhere else. It also affects my main hand attacks, like with a Kensai. So I'm going to be doing lots of damage with my main attack, and also lots of damage with my shield. The nice thing is you also get Combat Mastery style. 5%, 5%, 5%, and 5%, giving you a total of 20% increased attack speed while you're holding a one-hand weapon and shield that scales, or that not scales, but stacks with every other form of attack speed. Pretty cool, eh? So here is like kind of the depth of damage. There it is. Load. The depth of damage. This item right here I'm going to show off, and why the damage is kind of very ridiculous on the shields. This item right here is the Epic Demonic Slab, as you can see right here in the center. It has some great qualities which make it the best Vanguard shield in the game, bar none. So let's talk about that. Why is it? One, it's got impact, which means it doubles the critical threat range. So this is a base 1920, which means with all your shield modifiers, you suddenly have a 17 to 20 times 3 crit on this nice shield. Okay, kind of good. Gives you armor piercing. Sure, that's kind of good. But the base damage is 3d10s, okay? 3d10s is the base damage. But it's not 3d10s. It's 3 times 3d10s. So that means that extra plus 3w brings us up to 6 times 3d10s. 6 times... That's a huge amount of base damage. I did the math on that. That'd be like having Deadly 22 added on top of your shield. Would you use Deadly 22 if that was an option for your damage? Yeah, you would. You'd add 22 to the competence bonus of your damage. So yeah, that'd be pretty good. So it makes the shield hit insanely hard. On top of the fact that you're actually going to be increasing, like you've got the increased attack speed, stuff like that with the shield. And if you have abilities that scale off of shields, like Shield Smash here, which is an extra plus 3W, plus 3W brings it up to 9 times 3 d10s. 9 times 3 is 27. That's 27 d10s. 27 d10s. That's a lot of damage. So all of a sudden, your shield is able to have such ridiculous high base numbers. It hits very, very hard. So that's kind of the goal, is to get to that point where I can equip this shield. I'll do that someday. Not right now. So I'm going to kind of show it off. We're going to go into the shield build, why it's fun, how it's fun for you to play, and how the damage kind of scales. The idea is that I'm playing a very specific shield build. This specific shield build is going to be focusing significantly into the Kensai tree, not just the Vanguard tree. Recently, the Kensai was revamped. So I used to take the top tier of the Vanguard tree, and they used to be very good. You get 10 melee power, 10% secondary shield bash, stuff like that. Shield rush, which is a pretty cool ability. The problem is, Kensai is so good now. Plus 3 to hit and damage with all weapons, that affects your shield. This gives you 20 melee power. That affects your shield. This is Deadly Strike, which is a guaranteed crit. Well, that's just good. That's just a good attack. And then Keen Edge, plus 1 critical threat range of your focus weapons, which is pretty good. But plus 1 strike from the thought, plus 1 critical damage on your, or critical multiplier on your weapons. I believe that affects your shield. I'm not sure. I have to double check. So we're going to see when I get there. Either way, 20 melee power here. I'm going to pick up 20 melee power here. And then I'm going to take the top tier. So the idea is I take this core. So I'm going to have 41 points in the Vanguard tree without taking the top tier. But I'll have 39 points in the Kensai tree because I'm going to take all this stuff and also this and this and this and this. So yeah, crazy damage. I'm very excited to get that going and show that off to you guys. But we got to get there first. So this is my favorite build in the game. And I'm going to explain to you why it is my favorite by showing it off and playing it and having a good time. So we're going to start off by doing just some fun quests. We're going to do some catacombs, which everybody loves. Catacombs. Elite. Now some of you might be wondering, but Strimtom, you're going to play Elite? Why wouldn't you play as Reaper difficulty? I like Elite. I don't know. It's just fun. I mean, I could play as Reaper difficulty, but I just genuinely like Elite difficulty. I find it entertaining. It's good to play. And so that's what we're going to be playing. I'm just going to go quickly grab a Cleric Hireling because it's just nice to drag around, because I could chug potions, but meh, why? So that was me talking for a long time about why I'm going to be playing this build. I will show you the damages as we go through. I chose the Khopesh as my primary weapon, just because Khopesh is the highest of the one-handed weapons for straight damage. This character is going to have no area of effect attacks, except for Dire Charge. So since I have no area of effect attacks, I need to deal high single target damage. And because this character is effectively dual wielding, I will be able to do that. Anyway, you guys will see what I mean when I actually get into it. The nice convenient thing is, because I'm playing as a Vanguard build, I do happen to have a tower shield in my hand at all time, and my armor class is going to get very high. Now, one of the first things you're going to notice about a build like this is that I'm not taking Stalwart Defense. That might sound completely insane, because Stalwart Defense is basically free 25 physical and magical resistance rating. But the big thing is, you're right, I'm not taking Stalwart Defense. But I just deal a lot of damage with my weapons. I'm kind of hoping that's not going to matter. That I can kind of like avoid having to take Stalwart Defense. Also, because I have a lot of stunning abilities, like stunning shield, stuff like that. But yeah, so... Ooh, here we go. Just because... I get distracted. Because stunning shield is one of my main abilities, I'm going to get a lot of stunning as well from being a fighter. So I will get... Hi, bats. I can use stunning blow extremely effectively. I can use the Sunder Feats, all sorts of stuff, so... Yeah, man. Trust me, this build is going to be amazing. I still get hit. I still need to use potions and things to heal myself. But as a fighter, you know, and I'm playing a Vanguard, a Kensai, I'll get Power Surge, which gives you +8 psionic bonus to all attributes. That might not sound amazing. That might sound really good, but mostly it's +4 to my Use Magic Device, which is super good. Yeah, man. Oh, the damage? Well, you have to understand, I'm level 5. And if you're like, oh, okay, Stream Tom, well then what items do you have? What's making you do so much damage? I have a +2 Kopesh. That's where my damage comes from. I don't have a... Do I have a strength item? No, I have this. I have this +1 strength item here, and that's all my damage. I don't have a damage item right now. I will have 41 in Vanguard and 39 in Kensai. It's a very, very tight build, because to get the exact amount of damage that I want. I may not end up actually taking Deadly Strike, which would be only 39, which would be only 38 points in Kensai, but we'll have to see when we get there. There's also a couple cool things that go along with this. All the Shield Mastery feats give you bonus Double Strike, so this character can actually get up to about 60-ish Double Strike just walking around at all times. And as well, Stunning Shield is bugged and doesn't work properly. I'm going to show you why. See this Rotting Halfling Zombie? If I hit it with Stunning Blow, boom, it says immune. You can't stun undead. That makes no sense. You're clearly not able to stun undead. But if I use Stunning Shield, oh, doesn't matter. Stunning Shield is capable of stunning every single target in the game, regardless of what type of target it is. Isn't that cool? Isn't that neat? And because you can stun anything, constructs, oozes, and the DC is insanely high. It's based off your highest ability score, strength, which gets boosted very high, plus character level, plus stunning. The DC on your stunning shield, it gets so high, even on a first life character, you can pretty much ignore any monsters you're fighting, especially any orange name, stun them, and immediately one-shot kill them. Now, if that sounds interesting to you and you're like, man, I really like the idea of instantaneously stunning and killing pretty much any orange name target in the game, regardless of what difficulty setting I'm playing on, it gets even better. If you get into your Epic Destinies, you can get one of the best Epic Destinies in the game, in Fury of the Wild, Sense Weakness, which gives you 30% extra damage to helpless targets. Yeah, you get to stack that on top of that. Even better damage. Oh, Fury Arrows affects everything? Well, that's a bit of a bug there. Great Axe of Speed, Shield Full Plate, Half Plate of Good. Take the Great Axe of Speed. But yeah. So yeah, the damage on this build is sick. My biggest issue right now... Also, I love the animations. I love the way the Dragonborn just kind of like runs forward like they're sprinting. Like really, like he's just booking it with this sword and board. I love the way that the Dragonborn, like the actual animations look, the core animations. When they run, it looks like they're kind of like swiping more down because of how tall they are. You know, even like the actual shield swipe. I don't know. I like pretty much everything about the animations. This character. Plus, one of my favorite animations I'm about to show you right now. I'm going to throw an ability away just to show you the animation. That is Stunning Shield. I love this animation all day, every day. Because to me, this is how I imagine a character with a shield, right? So let's just say, hypothetical, we're role playing right now. Right over here is some like dude, and he's like fighting some guy that's like 10 feet tall, that's like way bigger than he is. And there's some dude who's right here. And it's like, oh man, I gotta go save that dude. I gotta get to him. So my character's gonna start booking it forward. But as I'm booking it forward, there's some other dude right here who's like running at me. So I just run forward and then give him the old boom, Stunning Shield, keep walking past that guy, and then boom, save the day and fight this goddamn monster. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's like one of the coolest ideas, is like the way the animation looks. It's such like a just full-handed boom, like you just knocked someone straight off their feet. You know, people think of shields as like a weapon, or as like a defensive thing, you know? Oh, I've got a big shield. You can't attack me. I'm invincible. I have a big shield. But realistically, this shield is what? How heavy is this? This is a 50-pound piece of metal strapped to my arm. You might think of it as a defensive tool. I use it as a weapon. You know how hard 50 pounds of metal hurts when you throw your full body into it on somebody? A lot. And that's why I like this character. It's about smashing your shield into their faces. Now, bear in mind, it is also important, because you're playing a character like this, you do need to have a good cosmetic shield. It's one of the most important aspects about the character. I currently don't have a great cosmetic shield. I will need to go get one. I'm not sure which shield to use. So if you guys have any suggestions of shields you really like the cosmetic of, please let me know. I'm very keen and open to getting the right cosmetics set up for my character. It is very important for me to, have the right cosmetics. Gotta look good. Like, see, zombie, Stunning Blow. And I do double damage. Death's Door. Yeah, it's not a bad shield. This is a pretty good shield. Slashing. Skeletons. Oh yeah, shield's bludgeoning damage, so the shield does great damage to skeletons. Nice as well. Fortunately, I have Gerard Dryden's mace. Ugh. My god. I'm not actually targeting anything in particular, so they're all dying slowly. Yeah. I don't know. I like the way the Dragonborn look. I mean, yeah, they don't have a helmet, but that's okay, because they show up their dragon head. I think definitely the fact that they have helmets disabled was more of a technical issue. I think just reworking that was probably a bad idea, or like too cumbersome on the budget. 20 back at Timbits with a fork. You disgust me. With a fork? Use your hands. That's what you're supposed to eat Timbits with your hands. Are you kidding? Oh my god. I really want to ban you right now. That is disgusting. That is an abomination. That'd be like eating a donut with a fork and knife on a plate. How terrible is that? Like, oh, I'm going to dunk my donut in my coffee. So I'm going to take a fork, I'm going to cut my donut into pieces. I'm going to take a fork, put it in the donut, and then use the fork to dunk it in the coffee. You don't want them to be dirty. Dude, that's why you have a... Whoa, I got to turn around. That's why you have a spare keyboard. You just swap them out. You play the dirty keyboard when you play with your disgusting hands. Then after you're done, then you swap over to your regular keyboard. You gotta always think about the spare keyboard, man. You eat pizza with a fork? To be fair, I sometimes do. If the pizza's like super duper hot, I'll usually have my first slice with a fork. Because if it's too melty and it just gets all over your hands, it's very, very greasy. I used a fork and a knife to eat donuts. That's just a straight up abomination. That's that's very un-Canadian. I'm just gonna say that. Oh. Think you could use the DDO builder and take screenshot of your final tree? Oh yeah, I could probably do that. The tree hasn't changed, though. If you've ever eaten pizza with a fork, I'm a man. Hey, what's going on? I'm moving on to part 3, the old archives. Fork and knife. See, like, I open cans with my teeth. I've always done that. Because when I used to go to the store, like the corner store, I'd be riding my bike there. And so when I'm riding my bike to the store, I would then be riding my bicycle, and I would only have one hand to open my can of soda that I bought at the store. So I learned how to use my teeth. So I'd do one of these. I'd go... And then the can is open from some kind of animal. It's also very handy when you only have one hand. Like, if you're at a party and you have a beer and then someone hands you a new beer, but you don't have a hand to open that can of beer with, it's okay. You can open that can of beer with your teeth. I don't open bottles of beer with my teeth because I like keeping my teeth. But this one, using this isn't that bad. Healing Amplification 11. Ooh, or Fortification. In a perfect world, I'd have Fortification of Healing Amplification. No, whatever. I'll just sell whatever I can. Green pizza. But yeah, I could probably do that. I can get it set up and then show you like a finished enhancement tree. Like I said, like if you look at the important stuff, these things on the side are important. I apparently have 3 enhancement points to spend. I don't meet the prerequisite? Oh, I only have one. Oh, I have 1 enhancement point to spend. Oh, I need 2. Okay, yeah, that makes... Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. God damn it. Tooth in a fight in high school and got a beer opener tooth put in. I don't know if we have rednecks in Canada, but if we do, he fits in that category. No, there's definitely rednecks in Canada.
The smell of blood mixes
Gwillem.
with the musty
I also love the name of this guy, Gwillem.
An elderly librarian cowers nearby.
Librarian.
This must be Gwillem.
Yeah, I don't open bottles with my teeth because I'm not going to do that. A very thin pop tab that I can easily, if I can very quickly bend it with my fingers, it's because it's very brittle. It's only just like aluminum, right? So it's not sturdy. It's not going to stand up to my teeth. But a bottle cap, no thanks. I like my teeth. I'm not going to do that. Oh man. So Dragonborn has been out for like a week. I've been playing a lot with been playing my druid. doing Reaper. It's been a lot of fun playing as a healer. It's different. It's interesting. You have to be very fast on the draw because when there's champs or people get crit or Reapers appear, you got to know how to deal with some of these creatures. How have you guys been enjoying Dragonborn? Or have you guys been enjoying Dragonborn? Anybody come up with cool builds? Anybody having like a lot of fun with some of the different types of stuff you can do? I'm curious to know what kind of builds people are coming up with. Because like I said, I'm having a lot of fun with my Dragonborn. I have 2 of them right now, and they're both fantastic. Because to me, it's really the animations is what make it good. So.
Faint voice whispers.
The jump. Yeah, I agree with. I can agree with that. The jump does look kind of short. Like there should be more animation, like kind of like a jumping motion. Whereas if you look at like Warforged, they got a sick jumping animation. I also like the fact that I get, because Shield Smash here isn't just a free ability, I get lots of free attacks with this one, so. It gives me physical and magical resistance. Can't complain about that. Oh, the Abundant Step. Oh, okay. Yeah, Abundant Step is also very short. The Draconic Leap, or whatever it's called, is significantly shorter than you see some other characters. So. Sheltering 9? Whoa, that's cool. This is Sheltering 6. This is Radiance. This. I didn't know you could get Sheltering 9 at level 5. Damn. Better than what I have. A lot of different. Search. 5? That's not enough? Damn it. Full melee warlock using the aura's secondary damage with cleave? Yeah, I did that. That was my dwarven warlock build. I used the dwarf tree to get con to damage, and I played as a dwarf warlock who used single weapon fighting and a dwarven axe and an orb in the other hand. The orb was great because it gave just supplementary damage and gave me the ability to block, whereas the single weapon fighter damage was really, really good. It kind of gets extremely powerful once you get all the way up to level 30. But again, getting to level 30 is very, very easy because you're playing warlock, but the single weapon damage is very, very good. In Legendary Dreadnought, you can do crazy high amounts of single target damage. So it's really good. I like it. Yeah, Memories of Flight. Right here. Whoa. So I like it. It works. As like, it's not gonna be like extremely, extremely good. You're talking like B tier melee DPS. Just because you have, but the thing that makes it very, very powerful is the supplementary damage. Monsters with damage reduction and stuff won't be able to resist the added spell damage that you get, which is really important. So.
A trail of blood drops leads to this section of shelves and stops.
It doesn't work in animal form? I'm pretty sure it works in animal form. I can use it on my druid. Oh my god, bats! Why is this bat a champion? I hate this game. I said this very, very seriously to some of the members of the Standing Stone game staff. I said if there ever is a boss, like an end boss that's a bat, I would quit the game forever. I am not dealing with that.
And drag bodies in here to devour. Behind them lies part of the book of the duality.
Can't be used. That's weird.
A faint voice
Here we go.
Let
That's
the
what I want.
tombs and ossuaries open. Ancient liches.
I also like playing as a fighter because you guys won't criticize me for my inability to do a fast recall, which is important. Yeah, the abundance step is pretty slow or pretty small. Yeah, exactly. The nice thing about the warlock is because you're playing as mainly a constitution focused character, you have a lot of defensive capability because your constitution is your most important stat. It's your damage. And you're easily able to get your constitution, well, not easily, but with the right items, you can get your constitution over 100. And your constitution over 100 gives you very good like survivability and pretty decent damage because you can scale your constitution with, you know, abilities out of your enhancement tree. You get +5 from the primal scream out of Fury of the Wild. You can get, you know, the dwarf and dwarven enhancement tree is going to give you a bunch of constitution. You're going to be picking up, if you're going to be playing in like Legendary Dreadnought gives you 6 constitution going up the tree, which is really good. Although because you would have an axe in your hand, you would not take constitution all the way up. You'd only have 4. But still, that's pretty damn good. It's a lot of constitution. Did I miss that? Is it here? Is it this one? Gerard Dryden? Yeah. And then also with Slave Lord's gear, you're picking up 17 Constitution and also a bunch of other Constitution. I'm going to bring my Cleric Hireling here just to make it easier on myself. This is the kind of quest where you really want to have a maul. So make sure if you do this one, try to bring a maul, because there's just too many of this. And if you have 100 Constitution, then your aura will be pulsing, giving you an extra 200 temporary hit points, which is really good. And then more importantly than just giving yourself 200 extra temporary hit points, die, you bastards. Yeah, more importantly than just giving yourself some extra hit points to the Constitution, or like temporary hit points, it also increases your maximum life total, which is going to be amped by 20% from being a warlock if you take the Enlightened Spirit capstone. Like, it's just got a lot of good synergy. Constitution damage. Normally this is the kind of quest where I would clear the whole thing, but because I'm doing it by myself, I really don't have the patience to clear the whole thing, so I'm just not going to. I'm going to kill the undead that I have to kill, and I'm ignoring everything. Hey, what's going on, Temp? How you doing? Showcasing my favorite character build in the entire game. Now, of course, we are the low levels. Things do seem a little bit slow at this point. At a point later, when I have access to more abilities high and better items, you will see stuff like my Stunning Blow is pretty much always going to be hitting, stuff like that. Whereas now it isn't quite. It scaled off strength directly, and I don't have any strength. So that's really important. I don't have any strength items. So with no items, I get a base 25. Not too bad. And this character also started with a base 14 charisma, so that way I can have even more use magic device. So this character should be able to scroll heal itself just fine by the time I get to that point. Monsters! God. Oh, I gotta kill all these guys. Oh, I keep opening everything. Everything has gone wrong. The nice thing about the Stunning Shield is because it's pretty much a guaranteed to work, because the DC is going to be a lot higher than content that you're actually facing off against, assuming that you actually just carry around a stunning item, and it goes 1 per level plus your highest stat. Even if you play a character that doesn't have strength as its highest stat, which generally you should, because that's how you scale the damage. Say you're playing something like a paladin, and you want to max your charisma, and charisma is your highest stat. The Stunning Shield will scale off your charisma, even if strength isn't your highest, so it's still just a great ability to pick up. And it scales off character level, so having just even 2 levels of fighter to pick up into the Vanguard tree, Stunning Shield will always be good, because it scales off character level. Which feats have I taken so far? And will I take Great Cleave and Great Cleave? I will not. I will not take Cleave or Great Cleave. I do not fit Power Attack into this build, so I will not be taking either of those feats. And what have I taken thus far? So the feats that I've taken thus far have been Exotic Weapon Proficiency Kopesh, because Kopesh is the best one-handed weapon in the game, so I'm using that. I took Shield Mastery, and I took Weapon Focus Slashing and Weapon Specialization Slashing. I did those early just so that I'd be able to actually get access to the Kensai tree, which does require Weapon Specialization, Weapon Focus, Weapon Specialization, and Improved Weapon Focus to be able to go up that tree, which I will be doing soon. I want to make sure I have the right feats. I'm not taking Cleave or Great Cleave for 2 reasons. One, even though they do a lot of damage, the idea behind this character is to have such mad, ridiculous single-target damage that realistically my single-target damage is going to be like AoE damage. I will chunk guys down so fast they won't notice. It's going to be very similar damage to like the Ranger 2 weapon fighting. Now, of course, I don't have access to the real good AoE, but because this character is going to be focused on stunning and my DCs will be insanely high, any trash mob type scenario, I'll just use Dire Charge, stun all the monsters, because the DC is going to be well over 100, and then clean up from there. So I'm not very much worried about AoE situations at high level, and at low level, I'm very not, like, it's going to take a little bit of time, sure, but that's fine. The feats that I plan on taking going forward, it's also very important, shields are not weapons, so anything that says weapon doesn't really affect shields, in most cases. Some cases that's not true, which is the beauty of DDO. It's a game that's pretty much full of exceptions and contradictory rules and things like that. So there will be a lot of cases where I will say something and then contradict it because, you know, DDO's rules. Which is just the magic of having that level of experience with the game. But this character, I will be taking the bonus to tactics DC's feats, which is what is it? Tactical Supremacy and Tactical Master, which is +6 and +8 to all your tactical DCs respectively for 2 feats giving +14, which is insane. And also the Armor Mastery feats to be picking up 6, 9, and 12 to my physical and magical resistance rating. Pretty good. How will I take with no AoE? Easy. You just whoa, this is whoa. You're not looking at this character correctly. This is not a tank. This character is not a tank at all. Character's not a tank at all. And that's the biggest misconception. The tank tree is a stalwart defender tree. The Vanguard tree is about killing people with your shield. It's about trying to see how much blood you can get to stain, the wood of your shield. That's what this tree is all about. I'm not going to tank anything. Realistically, I don't want the aggro, and I would like to wear diversion items so monsters are disincentivized from attacking me. I don't want to tank anything. I have Intimidate, and I'm maxing it out in case I need to stop monsters from moving. But in a perfect world, I want to tank nothing. So I won't be tanking. I kill stuff. I will leave tanking up to the tanks. If I need to tank, I would respec, swap most of my points into Constitution, up my my Intimidate quite a bit, and then put my points into the unselected Stalwart Defender tree. But I'm putting no points in that tree because it doesn't give me damage. So I'm not using it.
A plaque upon the floor reads Anselm Dragon, sword.
Pros that build is to examine big tunnel to bright sunny futures. Problem is that studying means that it's so easy to pass and makes warlock look like a challenging class. What do I do, chat? I like that. Oh god. My professors are going to be like, so did everyone study for their midterm? And I'm going to be like, have you read Strimtom's Acid Arrow Guide? Which you should if you haven't. It's a good guide. I know, I've heard. Because one of the pros of the build is that the exam week will turn from a bleak tunnel into a bright and sunny future. The only problem is that studying means it will be so easy to pass and makes Warlock look like a challenging class. That's true. That's true. My Acid Arrow build is so easy to play that it makes Warlock look like rocket science. Or maybe brain science, or rocket surgery, something like that. Oh my god. Like this character does a lot of damage, but because I don't really have a lot of good AoE, again, you're not going to get quite the same level of AoE clear out of something like a Warlock. When it comes to single target damage, especially when I get my Kopesh damage going, the extra crits, ooh, it feels very, very good. Gotta get there, though. Gotta get there. Yeah, man, rocket surgery. That's just it. Like some people do like brain surgery or rocket science. No way, man. You know what's really hard? Rocket surgery. Nobody ever talks about rocket surgery. This insanely complex concept of rocket surgery. So, yeah. Now, what's important is making sure you're picking the right shields and what's going to give you the most damage. I want to talk about something that's very important, especially when it comes to Vanguard builds. Like with anything else, making sure you have the right items and the right stats is going to really differentiate your build from other people's builds, or rather what I like to think of as like why certain builds are better than others. Why you might see somebody else playing the same class as you, but they're doing significantly stronger. DDO has a huge focus on character creation and customization, and there are definitely ways to optimize this game. In fact, this is one of the most min-max heavy games I've ever seen. If you look at very popular MMO games like World of Warcraft and things like that, they are very heavily min-max. People run lots of simulations, they do a lot of work to figure out what is the mathematical best. But the variety isn't there. Top tier endgame content really only gives you a list of maybe 2 different items for each item slot based on your character class. And everybody's pretty much going to be using very similar items. Dungeons & Dragons Online doesn't entirely do that, because the amount of customizable and craftable weapons at the endgame, and customizable other types of items, as well as different item sets that you can choose from, and abilities, there are a lot of different ways to generate the items that make your character, as well as the individual abilities. Which one did I not pull? What? Where's the lever? As well as the individual abilities you can actually take on your character class. So it's important to make sure you're taking the right stuff to get the right amounts of damages. God damn it, I didn't pull one of the levers. Bad at this. So I'm going to give you an example of an item that looks very, very good, but is not quite as good as some of the other items in the game. And while I say I'm going to do that, I get attacked by stuff. Damn it. Because there is, when it comes to playing as a Vanguard, one of the most important aspects of your repertoire is your shield. Your shield is where a lot of your damage is going to come from, considering how deeply you can skeletons. How deeply you can scale the actual damage on the shield. So, you know, let's just take an item like any non-named shield, right? Look at the shield right here. I didn't open the door. Oh my god. Look at a shield like this, non-named shield. Any shield that isn't a named item is always going to deal a base D8 damage if it's a tower shield, and it'll have nothing special in it. This means that pretty much regular shields are not really suitable for Vanguard, especially not when you get close to the end game. A regular shield just won't be able to do the same amount of damage because it doesn't scale the same way as some of the end game tower shields. That's kind of a problem. Then what kind of shields would you be looking for? A shield that I call like a bait shield, as in it is good, but it is not the best shield. I'm going to pull up here. Is a shield known as... I'm bad at Googling stuff. Shield right here. Ultimatum. I'm going to link in. That way you guys can be... And if you're watching this as a video on... Damn it, I pulled that one too. If you're watching this as a video on YouTube, and you can't do this live, pause the video and go Google Ultimatum. Anyway, yeah, so this item looks really, really good. Of course it's a great shield. Look at the stats on it. It's plus 12. It has Insightful Sheltering, so that's going to stack with your regular sheltering items. Improved Bashing, so it gives you 5d4 base or 5d4 damage, and also 20% chance to automatically hit the enemy. It gives Holy, that's good, and it's Metaline, so it's good damage, and also all of the different metals you've got covered for damage reduction. It also gives Petrification immunity and has 2 item slots, 2 augment slots. So, seems like a good shield, right? But there's a couple issues with why the shield is not quite as good as it looks, especially not on the surface. So, problem number 1, comparing it to the shield that I showed off a little bit earlier, which was the Epic Demonic Slab. The first thing you're going to notice is the base damage. It is only 3d10s. Now, 3d10s base damage is still really good, and it's going to scale well, but the Epic Demonic Slab does triple that. So it does triple the base damage. So triple the base damage is a huge factor when you're talking about damage, right? You know, would you use a plus 10 weapon or a plus 30 weapon? You'd probably just use a plus 30 weapon. There might be good stats on the plus 10 weapon, but the plus 30 weapon's pretty dang good. It's really hard to say that you wouldn't use one of the weapons. Next, Insightful Sheltering. Since the release of Ultimatum, many other items come with Insightful Sheltering on it. In fact, out of the brand new Raid and Dungeon cluster, there's a lot of items with Insightful Physical Sheltering on, and Magical Sheltering. So that stat is kind of less valuable. When it comes to Improved Bashing, 5d4 bludgeoning damage, that's great, except it doesn't scale with melee power or anything. So it's just 5d4. So that's an average of 5 to 20 damage. 5 to 20 damage is great, but when you're hitting and critting for like 2,000, 5 to 20 is like less than a 1%, or at most 1%. Not that great of a damage increase because it can't scale with melee power, so not really that good. 20% to automatically hit with your shield bash is kind of nice, but considering a character like this is already going to be pulling in a rote 30%, you can't shield bash more than once every 1.5 seconds. And given this character's attack speed is going to be capped out at 45%, while playing it, hitting the attack speed cap, I won't need to worry about having more than 30% chance to do a shield bash anyway to pretty much be shield bashing at the maximum limit. And then Holy and Metaline, of course, you need to make sure you can break damage reduction. But the Tower Shield just so happens to have the ability to put a gem in it, so you can make it a good aligned weapon. And as well, you can actually just take one of the epic feats that makes your weapons like adamantine. Sure, you could take other feats, say like the feat that gives you +2 to your tactical DCs, but considering you're a fighter, you don't really need +2 to your tactical DCs. I get feats that give me +8 and 6 respectively. This character's gonna have over 120 for my stunning DC. I don't need to care about getting an extra +2 from epic feats. I'd rather take Pierce Adamantine or Pierce Cold Iron, affecting all of my weapons, including my wonderful shield. So, Ultimatum, pretty much everything that it does that's really good is completely outshined by just the base damage on Demonic Slab. Then this is not including the fact that Demonic Slab has the improved critical threat range and has armor piercing on it, plus gives you flat life. 40 extra life is nothing to shake your head at. So, yeah. I'm very passionate about the Vanguard, and I think it's also important to be very critical about some of your item decisions that you make. You have to be able to really say, especially when you're talking about endgame, level 30, legendary content, am I making the right decisions with my items? Am I maxing out my character in the best way possible? Something that may not appeal to everybody. I know that there are definitely people out there that just enjoy playing the game for what it is, which is great, you know? And I think it's important to just really, if you're having fun with some of your characters, even if you just like the concepts behind the shield, you know, or maybe you don't have access to the demonic slab because you didn't buy that expansion pack or something like that, there's tons of good reasons to not have access to some of these items, and that's okay. Or not even really want to do the grind, and maybe you got it out of the raid, you think it's cool, you want to wear that shield. But when you're talking about top tier, cutting edge, endgame content, you want to do the most damages, you want to say, yeah, I'm going to out damage that guy who's playing that wolf build. Gotta be critical, guys. That's how you get the damages. What's going on, Iron Hands? How you doing today? Oh, come to me, zombie. Trick here. I'm going to take off my tower shield for a sec so I can actually jump. If you jump on this pot, boom, you can reach up here without actually having to use the jump spell. Look at that. Now I can pull these levers. But if you break the pot, you can't do that. I can turn off the trap. Boom, Jamie, boom.
Words are etched in the archway.
But yeah, any info about there being a Bard rework in the works? No! There's going to be no Bard rework in the works. Swashbuckler Bard is an S-tier DPS class. So, if you're wondering if Bards should do more damage, they don't need to. They are literally in the top 5 of possible physical damage. So, Bards are in a good place. War Chanters, you know, they're great splashes, but playing a pure two-handed War Chanter is not really going to take you as far as you'd like it to. But it is still pretty cool. And I definitely want to try playing as a War Chanter Dragonborn, because Dragonborn get both strength and charisma, and as a War Chanter, you need both. You need strength to kill people with your two-handed great axe or sword, and you need charisma to freeze people with your two-handed great axe or sword. So, War Chanter is kind of not in the best place, but Spellsinger, I believe Spellsinger is the best healing class in the entire game, and is extremely useful and potent in high Reaper difficulties and at high level 30s. And my brain is stopping because I'm fighting stuff. And the Swashbuckler, as I said, is one of the highest performing DPS classes in the game. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to die here, but we're going to find out.
You hear a click from the nearby portcullis.
Ow. That didn't actually kill me. Cool, and I failed my save. Sick. I think I'm okay. What? He healed himself. Jerk. Heal me. Thank you.
With a rusty shriek,
Ow.
the bars of the
Oh, there's a trick to this one, by the way. If you try to use the lever here while standing away from it, and actually the blade hits you twice, if you stand in the corner, the blade only hits you once, and you pretty much can't die. So if you die to this trap quite often, that's why. You just got to stand literally in the lever here, and it only hits you once. It won't kill you. What is the next rework coming? Well, I can't answer that question because I don't work on the Standing Stone Games design team, but what I can tell you is that earlier, was it at the end of the tail end of last year, there were some changes done to some of the religions that you could choose in the game. So you're looking at the like choose. It's supposed to just Silver Flame or Sovereign Host. They actually gave you access to more of the members of the Sovereign Host, like Oladra or not Mira, the magic one. Man, I can't remember the names of them. I haven't played a holy class since. But essentially, they expanded the amount of deities you could choose from, as well as adding Sylvanas and something else as deities in the Forgotten Realms. This leads me to believe that the next pass that would be coming would be something related to some of the arcane classes, because if you look at classes either that need a little bit of polish, you know, we have some classes out there that could, or it's not arcane, divine classes, there are definitely some classes out there that could use a bit of polish. Two divine classes that come to mind right away are Favorite Soul and Druid that don't have a third enhancement tree. So, I get an inclination that that would be something to work on next, but I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I can't make a guarantee. I don't work for the design team. That's just because they already did some work starting there. I feel like that's something that would be continuing to be worked on and impressed upon. You wish Bard were viable? It is.
Nearby portcullis.
I just told you, it's one of the best spellcasters and melees. So, can you do that? I don't know what your build is, but if you are looking for some help on your build to help make it a bit more, a bit stronger, I can definitely provide some insight. Thoughts on Fighter versus Paladin Vanguard? All right, so they're different. The big thing is, if you're playing as a fighter, you don't have to go full damage like I am, but the full damage fighter is going to do more damage than Paladin 8 ways to Sunday. The fighter is going to hit way harder than the Paladin if you're doing Vanguard. But because you don't have something like the Kensai tree, as a Paladin Vanguard, you're going to be spending points in the Sacred Defender tree, which is going to make you much more tanky. As well, Paladins have the ability to raise dead as a spell. You freely have the ability to take Quicken. So while you might have less crowd control effects, talking about stuff like, you know, your stunning blow and stuff, you won't really have access to the same thing. And you won't have as much strength as a fighter. You will have much more tankiness, looking at probably about 35 to 40 more physical resistance rating right away. And also, you're looking at having access to lay on hands and then raise dead spells and other stuff. So it's hard to say. I think overall they're both very enjoyable to play. Paladin Vanguard is much more sustainable and is probably better at soloing, whereas I think Fighter Vanguard is going to give you probably one of the most potent murder killers in the game. Oh, actually, I missed that, Undead Rave. Why do people not run Temple of Elemental Evil? Temple of Elemental Evil is long and hard. Oh no. Must escape. Save me. Save me, friend. Oh, I made my save. But yeah, Temple of Elemental Evil is long and hard. It's confusing and twisty and turny, and farming out the low-level rewards is not really that worth it for a lot of people. So I played it for fun. Me and my friends played it, and we did it on stream, and there's a sick video that Durocan just linked, and it was so much fun. We spent hours in there, and it was great. Any chance of fixing Druid Wolf? If you mean fixing it as in patching it so it works properly, probably. I'm sure that's on the Standing Stone Designs goals. If you're thinking of power rankings for classes, one of the #1 performing classes in the game, net right up there with Swashbuckler Druid, is the Wolf Exploit build, which, if you are unaware, it is if you go Druid, Fighter, Druid, Fighter, Ranger, and you can take single weapon fighting, but if you get 2 weapon fighting from a Ranger, those 2 things stack, and while you're in Wolf form, as long as you're holding 1 weapon, you basically get 2 weapon fighting for free. So you can get an extra 50% of your strength applied to your damage, get your strength way over 100, so you're going to be hitting extremely hard on each attack, but get free attacks because you're 2 weapon fighting. Druid Exploit build is super, super top tier, and so it is very, very good. I'm sure they'll want to patch that so it's not quite as good. How do you go between world instances? Can't see someone in game but are in chat. On the top right corner, right here where you have the map, there should be a world instance bit, and you can click it, and it brings you a tab, and you can click a different world instance. It happens all the time in the harbor and the marketplace. I don't know. I can't tell you when it's going to get fixed, but I can tell you that it will get fixed. Because it's a bug. It's not working as intended. So I would like to see something like that get fixed for sure, but until it does, enjoy it. If you haven't played it, I don't know how fun it is to play, but it seems pretty fun to be able to do such a ridiculous amount of damage. The important thing to remember when you're playing the Wolf Exploit build is strength is your most important stat. You don't need dexterity for the 2 weapon fighting feats, or I think you maybe need like 17 so you can take the rest of them later, but dexterity is not really your main stat, and your damage only scales off of strength and no other stats. So strength, get it as high as possible, and then go kill some folks. Friends through level 20 of the town. Still was mildly challenging. Yeah, man, some of the packs in that, because they're just packs of guys. They hit really hard. They drop your physical resistance rating when you hit them, or when they attack you because they have brittle skin. There's mixes of casters and melee. They spread out. They go all over the place. Start pulling huge clumps. Oh man, Temple of Elemental Evil. When did Lotro and DDO become not part of Turbine? So back at the tail end of 2016, the guys that originally worked on DDO and Lord of the Rings Online ever since the beginning, and a lot of the guys that worked on the original Asheron's Call and stuff like that bought themselves out and became Standing Stone Games. So they are no longer a part of Turbine or partnered with Warner Brothers. And so as a result, it changed to some of the structure and some of the way that they do things. You'll notice one of the biggest indications is that in the DDO store, you no longer earn Turbine points. It's now DDO points, and Lord of the Rings is Lord of the Rings points, which is significantly less ambiguous, so people can actually figure that out. So you don't go on the subreddit or the forums and somebody goes, "Yeah, but I have so many points in like Lord of the Rings. Can I use that in DDO?" and vice versa. It is a good thing. And so far, Standing Stone Games have made very interesting promises. They've said that they want to bring more to DDO by saying that they want to release an expansion at some point later for the Shadowfell, or not Shadowfell, for the I keep forgetting the name. Night something. The one with the vampires. Oh, I should really know this. I just don't care about vampires, but apparently other people are really excited. Got like some Lord Strahd or something. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, there's going to be an expansion coming out later. They've released a new race with kick-ass, unique animations that I really like. If you pay attention to Lord of the Rings Online at all, today there was a huge patch because they just released the Battle of the Black Gate update, where you can go to the Black Gate with Aragorn and company and participate in that battle, as well as 3 new areas with over 90 quests, 2 dungeons, really cool stuff. Ravenloft, that's it. So, like, Standing Stone Games is like gunning it, you know, coming out of the gate swinging, and I really hope the content keeps coming. The new raid is absolutely fantastic. If you haven't played the new raid that came out last week, what's it called? Riding the Storm Out. Man, I spent an hour and a half with a group on normal, and everything hits so hard, and it was confusing to figure out. I think now that we know what to do, the next time is going to be a lot easier. Kind of just move as a group and do stuff. But I'm very excited to actually get a chance to do that on Epic Hard, or Legendary Hard, Legendary Elite, maybe even Reaper Mode, although Reaper Mode seems crazy. The boss has an absurd amount of health, so you need a lot of DPS. You take so much lightning damage, it is essential to twist in the lightning damage ability from Stalwart Defender, or not Stalwart Defender, from Draconic Incarnation. You need Energy Sheath Electric. If you don't have Energy Sheath Electric, you probably will die constantly and do nothing in that raid. So before you consider going to the raid, make sure, I don't care how long it takes, I'm going to have to do it on this character if I want to go to the raid. Go Draconic Incarnation, unlock Energy Sheath Electric, and then put it as a twist. You need it for that raid. You cannot do it without it. Like, sure, you can join the raid, people will probably let you in, but then you will literally just die constantly and stand around and do nothing. The lightning damage is insane. On normal difficulty, you're taking like 300 damage plus, and the lightning makes you take more damage from the lightning. So the more times you get hit, the more damage you take, to the point where you start taking over 1,000 damage and it becomes not sustainable. So, you gotta do that. Do you have some sort of link for your Warlock Dwarf? Probably. I could probably link it. I could probably find the archive in the DDO stream. I didn't actually write a build guide for it. Warlock Dwarf. The Dwarlock build. Damn, so bad. Full plate of acid resistance. Thanks. Yeah, thank you for the... tried doing it with existing classes and it was kind of fun, but not really good. Oh, will there ever be a minion master kind of class? I don't know. I like DDO. It is my favorite game of all time, if you can't tell. I love this game, and I am like a human DDO wiki, because instead of using my brain for important things like learning about, how to invest my money, or how to taking the time to maybe do like improvements on my home so I can build equity, stuff like that. Really like world building skills. I play DDO all the time, and I know lots about it. That's kind of what fills my brain. So, as much as I love this game, and I love it to death, DDO has some of the worst pet AI of any game I have ever played. It is the absolute worst. Monsters can figure no problem. If you summon monster, it works great. Summon monster is amazing. But the moment a pet has one of these bars on the side here, like, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Right? If I put him on active, he'll start fighting stuff, but then they'll always pick like the monster that's the farthest away, and the pet AI is complete dumpster tier in this game. And as a result, it makes it difficult for you to want to play any kind of pet-based character because you can't really trust the pets that much. Granted, there is actually a one pet build in the game, and it's the Ooze build. The Ooze build requires you to get Legendary Green Steel, one of the endgame items. You get an item, I can't remember what the combination is, but you can essentially get an item that has a chance to proc oozes, and the oozes spawn at the level, the CR rating of the monsters in the quest. So the monsters are CR 57, the oozes spawn at CR 57, and they count as your pets. So then you spawn a bunch of oozes, they hit like trucks, and you can amp them up extremely, extremely high. Now the thing is, the ooze weapon has no internal cooldown. So when I say internal cooldown, it means that you can then get an ooze weapon, and as long as you attack extremely quickly, the faster you attack, the more oozes you make, because there's no cooldown on creating oozes, and as long as you have the amping abilities, so say being part druid, part warlock, playing in wolf form so you can attack even faster, and then generating oozes with augment summoning, improved augment summoning, the Scion of Elysium tree, or sorry, a legendary feat. You can do a lot.
And the shrieking of ghouls is a problem.
And then that way you can be generating oozes. So you'll have a pet, likely a summoned pet, and then several oozes that will fight for you. And the oozes hit extremely hard. I think you can get them hitting upwards of over 2,000 damage a strike. And then you can generate them very quickly. So I tried Charm Bard. Oh, Charm Bard's not very good because charms aren't generally very good. Because you take control of the monster, but then who's going to kill the last monster? Also, charms break all the time, and some. What ooze weapon? I can't remember the exact thing. I will try to find it for you in a minute here. It's a legendary green steel craft. You can only start doing it at level 26. Actually, I think there is like a heroic version of it, but farming heroic green steel is just like. How much fighter and paladin enhancements to let you intimidate things you normally wouldn't be able to, like Scorps and Undead? Yeah, but realistically, that's where I think that the fact that there's some things that you can't intimidate, so unintelligent undead like zombies and skeletons, or insects and things, I think that's where part of DDO kind of you get that kind of it steps away from the video game and feels more like the roleplay aspect. You think about, oh, I can't stun this undead, so there's lots of undead moving, so now all of a sudden your spellcaster has to say, oh man, I'm about to get mobbed by zombies, I'm going to throw down a web spell so I don't get hit by the zombies. They do, the zombies, who have terrible reflex saves, get stuck in the web, and then boom, no one's worrying about what you're actually fighting. As opposed to just walk in, hit the intimidate button, and then be like, I'm taking everything, look at me tank. Compared to the heroic green steel, the legendary ooze weapon has a cap on the number of oozes. Does it? I don't know about that. Yeah, it would be interesting if they had an enhancement that would let you override it. But realistically, in the end game, I don't know if there's anything that you can't intimidate. There are some things, like in Legendary Slave Lords, there are skeletons and such that you cannot intimidate because their intelligence is not high enough to be affected. But again, that's when you just get like you have a barbarian in your party who can then like stand next to the skeletons, and they have their intimidating aura, which reduces the ability scores of nearby monsters by 2, creating forcing all undead to become helpless, and you can slam them with weapons.
The last barrier to the Archbishop's chambers lies ahead. The undead here.
But I think it really depends. But yeah, see, what I would much rather would be, I think one of the things that DDO lacks when it comes to from an interesting mechanic standpoint is actively using your defenses. So DDO is all about passive defenses, right? You have tons of passive defenses. Sure, there are some defensive cooldown abilities, but not a lot of them are used, regardless of how incredibly good they are. A perfect example of a really, really good defensive cooldown, contrasted with a very bad one, is if you look in Shadow Dancer. In Shadow Dancer, you have this ability right here, Meld into Darkness, which is a 2-minute cooldown, which is a lot, but on a 2-minute cooldown, it grants you 15-second 100% dodge chance that stacks, that like overrides your maximum dodge chance. So with that cooldown, you can guarantee 100% dodge chance for 15 seconds. So say you get mobbed by a bunch of monsters and it's extremely difficult, you see like 4 champs, something like that, all of a sudden you can just say, nope, I'm ignoring this. You hit them with the, you hit that ability, you go in, you get the Intimidate, monsters are attacking you, and as a tank, you're taking 0 damage while your team is cleaning up. Great defensive cooldown. But the issue is you have a lot of great stats, armor class, physical resistance rating, magical resistance, spell resistance, that do nothing outside of their one intended purpose as D.
As the altar explodes in a fury of holy energy.
I'm not sure what you're doing. It may I've used it many times and it's always worked for me, so I don't know. I've used it like one of the guys in my guild that plays a tank uses it and it works really well for him. So I don't know if there was a specific circumstance or how you were using it. I don't want to do this. I couldn't tell you. But I think that the issue with DDO right now is that it's not even really an issue, but you have a lot of great abilities that are defensive, like armor class, and have no way to use it. So, like, think about it like this. Everything has diminishing returns. Physical resistance rating, magical resistance rating, and armor class have diminishing returns. They stop being, you get less per point the more points you get. So, realistically, you have no reason to ever get more than, like, a break point. Right? If I say, oh, okay, if I'm playing as this character, I want 170 armor class. Any more armor class for that's really not worth it anymore. There's no reason to ever get any more armor class. So, not to say that this is entirely a terrible thing, but it means that you can't interact with that stat. It's just a passive, and it makes most of your defensives all of a sudden just become passives. So if you think about, what if you have a character class that just gives you a lot of armor class? Like, I have an ability right here in Unyielding Sentinel that gives you 15 flat AC. Cool, so you get more AC, but who cares? Because if you have more than 170, you don't really want more armor class. So why does that ability exist? Whereas if we had ways to actively use our armor class, wow, +1 returning dart. That's a terrible. If we had ways to actually use some of our defensive stats, it would make it, you'd feel more incentivized to either focus more on one thing, or at least just branch out and do more with one type of character. So let's just say, for example, spell resistance. Okay, spell resistance is great. It stops any non-damage spells, right? So, fear, or enervation, or hold monster, all of those can get blocked by spell resistance. But spell resistance doesn't do anything to help you against fireball, or lightning bolt, or things where you would kind of want to get a little bit of extra defensive help. So what can you do? Well, imagine if we had an ability that can actually work with some of our passive defense. Say, oh, I have spell resistance right now, and my spell resistance is 65. I have an ability that maybe for 20 seconds or 15 seconds, my spell resistance gets added onto my magical resistance rating. Or my spell resistance gets added as elemental absorption. And then you can add your spell resistance elemental absorption. Cool, I'm running at a guy who's about to cast a fireball at me. I press this ability, I have 60 spell resistance. Boom, I have a 60-point shield that blocks spell damage. Stuff like that. Ways that you can kind of synergize some of the different abilities in your character that make sense and allow you to act defensively. And I think stuff like that is important, because when you have a lot of passives, it's essentially hit this breakpoint on armor class, hit this breakpoint on dodge, hit this breakpoint on concealment, hit this breakpoint on incorporeality, hit this breakpoint on physical and magical resistance rating, and then you're done. Now you can get whatever other stat you want, because there's no real way to continue to accentuate your defensiveness. And that to me is sad. Yeah. And we're going to be doing... I don't know how you guys feel about that, though. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. Maybe actively using defenses is not a good thing. Oh, hey, what the... Hey, I just updated the thing to just level 3 elite cleanups, so I'm just going to be doing some of the marketplace quests. Yes. Is it that one? TR12? No, that's the heroic one. Let me just get you the legendary one. Hey, welcome. Legendary grease dude. What? Pull this up here. Bonus effect. Oh, is it legendary earth? What is the ooze called? Legendary ooze. This. So it scales with difficulty, stuff like that. Burn. Ah. This one is just on the
Desiccated
east side of
corpses
the
line
marketplace.
walls and hang from the ceiling.
I'll
Dead
share it with you so you can
assistants
find it.
of failed adventurers.
Oh, hey, what up? What up? Yeah, so that's the used weapon I'm talking about there. So you get that from legendary green steel. It takes a legendary inferior focus of earth, inferior focus of water, superior focus of water, and superior. Yes, I just finished Catacombs, and so that's why I'm working on just cleanup of them. Didn't take so long. I can't play DDO for. I want to play DDO, but that grind keeps me away as a min-maxer. And dude, I'm on the same page as you. I don't have time to continue to grind out and stuff. But I don't know. When I finally was able to like cut that concept out of my brain of like the TR train and all that, and finally just like enjoy the game for what I was playing, I started having a lot more fun. Like this character, I've reincarnated twice. I did a druid life and I did a ranger life and I did a monk life. And I'm literally just playing the character classes that I want to enjoy. I like the reincarnation system because I like leveling up. I like getting new abilities and getting that experience. But it is, I definitely do understand when you want, really, really want to just like, you know, get all those past lives because you think to yourself, well, I really need this to play this character. Or, man, it'd be so much better if I had this stat. I am 100% with you there, dude. It is really difficult when triple item drop. Look at that. It is really difficult to kind of wrap your head around not taking those things. That's why I kind of like to segment it. If you're not going for completionist, make sure you only get the past lives that actually matter. For example, if you're gonna play a DC caster, get 3 lives a wizard, and then start just playing your character and do whatever you want. You know, because that pretty much you only need the I missed that spider. I didn't. You only really need the wizard pass lives for the spell penetration. After that, the rest of it doesn't really matter. You know. The TRs, it's also faster with Reaper 1 because you get like 50% more XP from every quest. I'm not currently running Reaper 1 just because I don't really want to solo Reaper 1 on this character, but there's nothing wrong with running Reaper 1. So as long as you have like a group, or at least you have some way to sustain yourself and stuff, and you can deal with Reapers, then running through Reaper is not a bad idea, especially if you've got some friends. I just don't like soloing through not a lot of content. I don't like soloing through Reaper, just because, you know, if you're not playing a character that has a very easy way to deal with it, like a character that has like access to like hold spells or a lot of really strong stun spells, you might find yourself in a bit of a bind when it comes to like this character really would be fine. If I had the ability to hit incorporeal targets, I would always just save my stunning shield for the Reaper, hit the Reaper with stunning shield. It'll pretty much always work because the DC is very high. And part as I go along. But I don't want to have that situation where I have to restart a quest because maybe there's not enough people in my group, and then I get killed by a Reaper and no one can raise me, and yada yada yada. I might start doing Reaper when I hit level 9, just so that I can have always have like a cleric hireling that can cast Raise Dead group. See about that. Yeah, man. Like for me, the TR system is just a way that I can keep enjoying the game and keep really getting that experience of freshness, playing as a different character class and really experiencing, you know, what it's like to play as different and level as a different character without sacrificing the time I spend playing the character, you know? I like the fact that I can really say, yes, I have leveled to the maximum level. I honestly couldn't count. But on my main character, I've done it 20 times. I have 20, actually I think I was like 23 past lives at this point. And all that work that I put in is not leveling 20 separate characters. It's all in one character. One character that has 20 past lives. That is super powerful. And it feels good. Now, just to make sure this is very important, you do not need to have past lives to make a competitive character. And I want to make sure that this is a very clear point. This character that I'm actually playing, Strimstream, originally started out as a dual-wielding ranger. And as a dual-wielding ranger, But there's actually a way to get through this trap area without taking any damage. The trick is, you have to see those barrels that are down there on that corner, jump at them, run over. Gets you. If you ever don't have a trap guy, that's how you get through the. But I originally played as a dual-wielding Tempest Ranger, and Tempest Ranger is so strong, you do not need to worry about... Oh, man. Unfortunately, there's no shrine, so you're just going to have to hold tight while we get you some XP. 4 people in Twitch chat say, oh, but Shrimp Tom, there is a shrine. You're right, there is a shrine, like 10 floors upstairs, and I don't want to go back to the poison room to do that. I could be playing a rogue and like actually disabling the traps. I'm too lazy to do that. Now, some of you might be asking why I'm not playing the snowball build that I was playing last week. There's a couple of reasons. The biggest reason is I wanted to play a Dragonborn right away. That's why I really wanted to reincarnate something. And the other big reason is that I wanted to play Vanguard Fighter, and I've wanted to play Vanguard Fighter for a year. So I'm playing Vanguard Fighter, and that's just what I'm doing right now. Ooh, there is another trap right here. Ah! Rust monster. Fortunately, my weapon is not made of metal. It's made of bone! Sucker! The rust monsters. You can't use your shields to smash oozes. Just be careful with a build like this. Your shields will break on rust monsters and oozes until you get wooden shields. Just be careful. There's another fire trap right here. Ooh, nice detect. And there's a troll. Wasp. Ooh! He actually made a save on my stun. Man, these guys are crazy saves. My DC is 26. That's surprising. I cannot believe these guys are making their saves. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I'm pretty much in just I really wanted to play this character. I will return to the snowball build later. I will be slowly leveling it in my downtime, but I really want to get this character to max level, and I want to start just gearing it the hell out. I want to see what I can do with a character like this. I also might burn through fighter lives because I just genuinely love playing as a Vanguard. I think just to me it's more the style that appeals to me of the character, the way it looks and the way the shield smashing works and all that stuff. Like I said, I like the style of it. It's one of the things I feel like you can't capitalize in a lot of other games. There are very few classes that let you deal damage while also shield. Or very few games that let you. Cool, the next quest is going to be Swiped Signet. Hey, welcome. We just finished Red Fang the Unruled, and we're heading over to the Swiped Signet. But I'm going to quickly re-grab ship buffs in the meantime. If anybody would like ship buffs, feel free to go over to the ship thing. I will gladly invite you up. Oh, I forgot. Oh my god. I totally forgot. I wanted to do a giveaway today, so I'm gonna push my giveaway to 9 o'clock. So if you're watching the stream, I'm gonna give away an expansion pack today. So if you wanted to win a giveaway, because that I posted in the top of the stream, and you're like, man, I'm only really watching so I can get free crap, which I can't complain about. Like that's definitely why I posted that, is to get people to click on the stream, although they may not otherwise consider it. Make sure you type something in chat at all, anything at all. You type hateful words. You can type things that you like about the game. In fact, how about this? I want you to tell me what your favorite class is. If you play DDO, type something in chat that tell me your favorite class. If you want to be it, I will only take your favorite class. It's in the stream title. Warlock. Haven't seen anything about that. Paladin. I like that. Bard. There you go. Could you talk about selecting items at the end of quests or from the quest NPCs? Yes, I can. Oh, look at that. The classic hateful words. That is classic. You're not near an airship portal. I gotta be like at the base. Oh, yeah. Radiance. Magnetic. This. I need this. What's the question? Oh, what's your favorite class? I just want to know what your favorite class is. What is your favorite class? Warlock? Yeah, you can change your whatever class you want. I just want to know. I'm very curious. I like that. We got a warlock, we got a paladin, we got a warlock, we got a bard, we got a ranger, we got a warlock. Man, look at all that warlock. Damn. Holy warrior shining light on people and owning undead. True story. That is 100% paladin. That is what paladin do. I like bard. Bard is absolutely one of my favorite classes. It may actually be my favorite class, so. I like that. Yes, next time I get to a quest thing, I will talk about how to evaluate items quick, so we can go over that. Oh, Favorite Soul is so cool. I love Favorite Soul. They're basically a cleric with a ton of mana, with a focus on murdering people with crazy spells. Big fan. Big fan. Yeah, I'll go over items, how you evaluate items, how you determine which one is better for you, and how you can kind of go through a list. One of the most important things is if you're playing a non-standard character, so let's say you're playing a fighter, but you don't want to wear full plate, you want to play one of those light armor fighters, make sure you go to gameplay and you say quest rewards based on class and you turn that off. So that way you'll get items that aren't classically for your class. Fighters usually wear heavy armor, so you're always going to see that in the list. If you want to change that, don't. Alright, just be careful, there are a lot of traps in this one. Vanguard fighter sword and board. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Paladin, monk, and bard. You gotta choose one, man. Which one's the best? Paladin, monk, and bard. They're similar. Paladin and bard both scale up for charisma. Paladin very tanky, holy warrior. Monk got those fists. You give him the good old fist. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing sword life. If you're TRing at 20, how much do you lose by taking 2 levels of rogue for traps and evasion compared to pure sork? That depends. Do you want to go past 20? The big thing is you're gonna lose cash level. Okay, cast level is a huge factor in what you're going to be. Careful about the acid. It hurts. But yeah, I will do my best when we get to the next opportunity to make sure I kind of cover how. Oh my god, 147, 155. I'm level 5 character, ladies and gentlemen. Level 5 character. Or level 5 character. Hey, welcome. But you will lose cash level, which is important if you do 2 levels of rogue. If you're not going past 20, realistically you won't lose that much. You'll still be able to do stuff. But like I said, you will notice you won't be doing quite as much damage as other sorcerers, because cash level is kind of important. But once you hit about level 12 or 13, it kind of evens out. So if you say you're playing as an iconic, you do like a shader guy, you won't really notice. Oh god, the damages. They're not a casual friendly class? No, monks are super strong right now. They're really, really good. I highly recommend monk. It's really fun. They're very, very strong. They're very easy to play. If you basically play as a fist monk, put your points in the Shin-Tao tree, put points in dexterity as your main stats, so your tanky, dexterity, and wisdom, and then punch shit. Just basically hold down right click. You don't really have to do anything else. Ooh, Dragonborn Warlock Rogue. Nice. Single weapon fighter Warlock Rogue. I don't even understand. Yeah, sometimes the traps are pretty tricky. But yeah, so that would be an interesting idea. But yeah, no, monk is really good. I played as a 2-weapon fighter monk. I like the staff monk. Staff monk is a lot of fun. High damage, good survivability. You get cool AoE attacks. You get a wave of fire that does good damage. Big fan. There's gonna be another trap here, just on this little other thing here. That hurt. Compare yourself to me. Hey man, there's nothing wrong with that. The most important thing, think about it like this. Everyone has to start somewhere, right? Like if you really like the idea behind the monk class, you gotta like give it a shot to actually try it. Don't worry, you'll get more. See, for me, I earn a lot of turbine points by just playing the game. So if you think about my level of turbine point generation, when I say level of turbine point generation, I mean turbine point generation. I probably earn about 600 turbine points a month. Damn it, turbine points, DDO points a month by just playing the game, leveling up. Ooh, I'm coming back for you, man. See, that's why I like being subscribed to the game. I just subscribe, and then for basically an entire year, I have access to all of the content in the game that I like. It works out very well for me. How did this guy die? What did he die to? Dead to. Weird. So that way I don't have to worry about picking up packs. And of course, obviously, that costs money. So I'm not going to say like, just subscribe to the game, guys. Like, I understand being a free-to-play game, it is important that you actually do have free-to-play aspects. And it can be difficult to acquire turbine points, especially if you're not constantly reincarnating or constantly playing the game. So it depends. Yo, man, you gotta get on like a teacher's salary in one of them like high-paying salary countries, like Canada. Ooh, man. Go like Western Canada, they pay their teachers mad bank. Mad bank, dude. You wanna make like serious cash? Hey, come back here. Come back here. Hit this guy for 200 damage. He doesn't want to attack me. What a piece of... Yeah. That's what I said, man. Like... Yeah. No. I'm saying like I'm not saying like in Poland. I'm saying like in Canada here. Very different rules. Telling you, man. Yeah. So like I said, it depends on what exactly what you have access to. For me, because DDO is pretty much the only game that I really play, I did buy Mass Effect Andromeda, and you guys better be happy. I am streaming instead of playing Mass Effect Andromeda. Okay. So, and I really want to play this game, but I'm not playing it right now because I'm streaming the game because I stream every Tuesday. I had to work all day, then I came home and I saw it, and I'm like, I don't have to play. I'm gonna have to wait until like Thursday to play Mass Effect. Don't worry, guy. I got your stone. I'm bringing you. So, we'll be playing that later. Hey, man, just stick around, because, I'm going to be giving away one of the expansion packs. So if you haven't bought all of the expansion packs, you could win a free... So that's why you got to tune into the Strimstream. Giving away free stuff. Talking about money, man. Money. So this guy, Optimus, he has faster movement speed than I do. So he's like kind of super Zergan. I'm not really able to keep up. So. Oh, you got all the X packs? There you go. The deal. Oh, that's just it. On Black Friday, it's like 80% off or 85%. If you're like, man, even if I'm considering playing the game, I'm not sure, but I'm kind of thinking about it, just buy it. Hey, man. Then maybe you should stick around. You can win yourself a cool expansion. I'm going to be giving away... I haven't decided which one yet. I have both to give away. I'm not giving away both because I have a limit on how many I can give away based on the number that I have. Ugh, I'm slowed. Ugh, Sleet Storm, why? Stupid apprentice is here in the Sleet Storm. I'm lying down. There we go, he's dead. Can sneak attack crit? Yes, it can. One of the cool things that you actually get from being a VIP, like myself, Sleet. Oh, there's an optional. Nice. I just don't have the wisdom. But one of the things that you can actually get by being a VIP is every single week you get a Daily Dice Gold roll. Now, everybody gets a Daily Dice Silver roll. No matter what you play or what you do, you get 1 silver Daily Dice. That's pretty cool. 2 Gold Seal Healing Elixirs and 400 XP. Not too bad. But guess what? Every week, I'm picking up a gold roll as a VIP for free. By for free, I mean you have to pay for it. But what can you get? Roll yourself, what? 2,000 experience and 10 haste potions? Man, I'll take 10 2-minute haste potions. Pretty good for a character like myself, so. Well, it depends. I like Wayloon quite a bit. However, before the server move, Wayloon was unplayable for me. It was so laggy that I would basically not be able to do elite difficulty because every character I would try to do, I would play it, and then the game would like lock up for like 30 to 45 seconds, and then I couldn't play Wayloon. Now I can play lots of Wayloon. I'm very excited. I love Wayloon. I love that chain. It's one of my favorite questions. Man. I'm trying to think of what else next I gotta do. All I got left is Sacred Helm and then Shanticor in Steam Tunnels. So I'm going to be doing that. If you do not have access to Shanticor, I apologize. So, items. How do you determine whether an item is better or worse and how you can make the best decisions about what you choose? We'll be, like I said, I'll be doing the giveaway at 9 o'clock, so make sure you type something in chat to get access to it. Okay, so Grin White says something, it's the brooch, blah blah blah, it's junk. You regret cheating me, Grin White. Anyway, he gives you a reward even though apparently he cheated you. Great. So, how do you determine what's going to be good for you? So, right away, the first thing I'm going to look at, I'm going to say Sob a lot because I'm bad at this. What do I want to improve? Well, my main weapon is Khopesh. I know because I decided my main weapon is going to be Khopesh. So, right down here, no Khopeshes. Immediately, not picking a weapon. If you don't have a particular weapon in mind, I have to use Khopesh because I'm a fighter. They specialize in one weapon. But say you're playing as like a paladin or a barbarian, you don't have a focus on one weapon. Weapons are a great opportunity to kind of expand what your character. First, do you have weapons that cover all the different damage types? There's an adamantine weapon on the list. Well, you know, I don't have a weapon for beating constructs, so I'll pick an adamantine weapon. Or maybe there's a good weapon. You don't have anything for fighting demons? Anything that means good damage reduction? Cool, pick up a good weapon. Just having one on hand, even if it's not your main type of weapon you want to use, it's always good to have that type of variety. So I highly recommend. So that's a great way to start right there. Outside of that, because I'm not picking up a weapon here, weapons are not really my concern. I use Khopesh, there's no Khopeshes. Then I would choose shields next, but there's no shields on the list. Next, I'm kind of stuck with armor. So my armor here, not that great. Reinforced of negative healing amplification. The stat that I'm looking for right here is fortification. It makes me resistant to critical hits. Critical hits are awesome. So, are awesome when I hit monsters. They're terrible when I get hit by them. I only have 135 health, so if a monster like an ogre happens to do 40 damage with a regular hit and they crit me for 80, that could pretty much take me down half my health. You know, that could kill me really quickly. I don't want to get critically hit. Fortification is a great defensive stat that stops you from getting critically hit. So that's one of the great types of things I want to choose on armor. So by looking at this list of armor, I have Glaciated, which gives spell power, Impulsive, which is spell power, and Magnetic, which is spell power. Without looking at any of the extra bonuses, Good Guard, Thorn Guard, and negative resistance, right away, these kind of aren't for me. The prefixes, Magnetic, Impulsive, and Glaciated, add spell power, and I don't use spell power as a fighter. So right away, my eye is drawn. Reinforced Full Plate. Cool, what does this do? So it gives me 62 enhancement bonus to resist critical hits, so I have a 62% chance to not take critical damage from critical hits, and plus 7 electric resistance, so I just take 7 less damage from electricity. I don't know, seems pretty good. Of course I need to be level 6, but I will get level 6 at some point, so I'm going to take this. So when you're going through and evaluating items, you kind of need to think, can I use this item, can I make this work with the character? So because I'm using a specific weapon, I'm only using Khopesh, all these items don't interest me. But if I'm not specific, let's evaluate the items in the list. Darkwood Crossbow, it's got armor, penetration, and deadly. Great item. It's adding plus 2 damage. It's plus 2, so this is effectively like plus 4 damage per shot. Pretty good for a crossbow. Cure Spewing Kukri of Insight. Kukri is kind of like a rogue type weapon. You're going to want to use this on characters like rogues, and this gives increased melee threat. Bad rogue item. Longsword of Tendon Slice, that also happens to have speed on it. It's plus 3 for level 6s. It makes you move and attack faster, and it's got Tendon Slice. Not really very high damaging. A 1% melee attack speed is not a lot, and Tendon Slice 3 doesn't deal damage. This is a very low damage item. I wouldn't recommend using something like that. Deft Maul of Draining. This is a great item. It's a big two-hander, does a bunch of damage. It gives you bonus damage on criticals, and this is times 3 critical hit, and it's draining. Draining is fantastic because it drains causes negative levels on targets. Negative levels can take a huge chunk of life out of a target and also make them deal less damage. This would be a nice two-handed maul to have, especially because two-handers proc glancing blows, which means they hit targets around your main target, and those glancing blows can, if they reroll a 20, will drain a label. So that's pretty nice. Quarterstaff of Slaying. It's just a +2 good weapon. It's +2 with +2 good. This is a great quarterstaff. 2d6 extra good damage on top of the extra 1d6 that it does. Not too bad. And then Reconstruction of Kinetic Lore. Depending on your spells, you may want to use next. So for me, I'm taking this item right here. So after going through the whole list, I can't use a new weapon. The only armor that appeals to me, these all say spell power. This is reinforced. I will take it because it's an improvement on here. Then I'm going to put it. I'm also going to use my stat. B. I have 4 action points. What I'm going to do here. Go with this next core or +2 damage. I think I'm going to take +1 to hit and +2 damage. Alright. Cool. So let's head to the Sacred Helm side of the steam tunnel. The Sacred. This quest has a variable amount of traps, but I'll do my best to call them out before we faces. Hey, I want you to know that a streamer from you thanks. Anyways, she called you a D-bag for leaving Glanda, and I died laughing. Well, to be fair, I am a D-bag for leaving Galanda, so that's fine. Also, it's you know, like I think it's important to call people out on the things that they do. Hey, welcome. We are heading over to Exhelm. I think it's important to call people out on the things that they do and they say they do. You know, I left Galanda. I left those people hanging, twisting in the wind. You guys watch me, Strimstream. You know, great entertainer, educator, guide, writer. Look at that. All these great things I can do. Came to Arganessen. Amazing server. Great people. Great food. You know, what wonderful place to be. Absolutely fantastic server. So that's why, you know, I'm on this server. In all fairness, I did end up leaving originally. I did leave the Galanda server because I wanted to play with some people that I met using the DDO Discord server. Have you guys ever heard of this? Oh, maybe you haven't heard of the DDO Discord server. I'll just leave a link in chat. If you've ever used Discord before, a great chat program. It's pretty much the new hype thing that a lot of the young kids are using. I'll link it right there. I met some guys while I was working on builds and stuff that all happened to play on Arganessen, and decided to, you know, make a character, play with some guys, and eventually I transferred over after, you know, playing enough and having enough fun with some great people. On the DDO Discord server, it's a great place for you to meet other people outside of game that also play Dungeons & Dragons online. Say you want to talk about builds, or maybe discuss some of the new upcoming updates, or maybe get strategies on how to beat certain quests. I highly recommend you give it a shot and talk to some of the people out. As well, the actual guys from Standing Stone Games are on the Discord server, and they will be more than willing to, you know, they jump in, they pop in, say cool stuff, give hints on things. It's a great place to be. There's that. I'm missing so much chat. Oh my god. What's the server with the most players? It's hard to say. Argo was full on the weekend. So, if that helps you. Arganessen has a lot of players. What else has a lot of players? I think Sarlona has a lot of players. I think not Kyber. Kenneth. Another server. Should look at the server list so I'm talking about. Galanda. The Kyber? Orion. Orion also has a ton of players. So there's a lot of players playing the game right now. Depends on which server you want to play on. So I picked Arganessen. Like I said, Arganessen was full on the weekends. And by full, I mean I tried to log in at one point, and it said it denied me access because it was full. So, which happens sometimes. Because there's too many people playing the goddamn game. What are you gonna do? Why did I leave? Yeah, so that would be why I left. All the Galanda folks are welcome on Arganessen. That's true. You know, the people of Galanda might call everyone else douchebags, but you know what? If you're not from Arganessen, you're always welcome on Arganessen. Open arms will take you in and show you the ways. Unless the server is full, then you're stuck. Sorry about that. Anyone have a nice, casual, friendly bard or monk build? Absolutely, I do. And by that I mean I have a small, like a skeletal bard build. Skeleton that you can kind of copy off of. I linked it sometime in chat. God damn it. I have to find it. Give me a second here. Go, my minions, fight for me while I sift through posts and comments that I've made so I can find the Bard build. How far back do I have to go for this? I have a, sort of have a mode, Bard, 2 minute. I know the stream is super entertaining and you're like, damn, look how much fun I'm having watching this. That's why I can't find it. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. I was looking through the wrong list. Oh my god. Damn it. I'm gonna keep looking. I'll find this thing. I just don't know why I can't find what I'm looking for. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking up a build, but I can't find it. I'm bad at this. Not that far back. Oh god. There's a trap in the next hallway. I'm just gonna pop it because it's on the right. The way you dodge this trap here, it's in this hallway. It'll definitely kill you. The way you pop it is you jump up here, goes through the middle of the room. Right, like that. So if you hit the corner here, you don't have to get it. Then you can just walk through the room. Druid. You do an intimidate here and block, and then I'm gonna look through that. Minute, legendary, something. Blah 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 blah. Aha! Got it. There we go. YouTube comment. Oh, there's a limit on the number of space I can put in here. Oh. I don't have space in here. So I'm going to put a link to this. This is a Reddit comment that it is a very basic guide on how to play a self-sustaining Swashbuckler Bard. And I say basic, I mean basic. I mean 3 paragraphs. So I apologize for being slow. And I probably killed the viewership, but that's fine. I don't care. I should, but I don't. Yeah. It took me way too long to find. I was just scrolling through the long list of things, and I just couldn't find it. Get out of the way! Get out of the way! I'm trying to kill this guy. Get out of the way. I don't have time for your damages. Not really. The build is pretty simple. Max out your charisma. take the single weapon fighting feats, but put a lot of points in the spell singer tree. So you take the good stuff out of Swashbuckler, like your swashbuckling in. Oh no! Oh no! Hope you don't bleed out. I don't have healer kits. Oh, I got it. Oh, did you stabilize? Oh, nice. You'll get back up. Okay, cool. Let's go. I have no healing ability at all. Damn, that puts you up to 29 health? Holy crap. Well, pulling it up means I can read through it. So, you can do decent damage. The Swashbuckler lets you... So basically, the gist of this build, I was talking about Swashbuckler Bard. Yeah, we go all the way back down. We just went up there to pick up a, to pull a lever, which opened a door. But yeah, so in the Swashbuckler tree for Bard, there's an ability called Different Tack. Different Tack allows you to use a stat that is not strength to deal damage. So, you use Charisma instead of strength to deal damage. Oh, nice. So, by using Charisma instead of strength, it's great, because that lets you have Charisma as your main stat, which is used for spell casting and all the other stuff, while still hitting people.
You hear the faint
So,
sound of marching
you want to go into
feet,
Swashbuckler tree first,
steady noise
picking up
of
the important things out of the Swashbuckler side. A Different Tack, of course, which requires you to have the feat single weapon fighting, so make sure you do take that entire feat line. You also get the swashbuckling bonus out of the core, which basically expands the critical threat range of all of your melee weapons, as long as they're light melee weapons. The best swashbuckling weapon to use is a hand axe. Hand axe is going to give you mathematically the best critical threat profile, so I highly recommend you take a look into hand axe with that. You pick up a hand axe, take Different Tack, which allows you to use your charisma to damage, and then that's great. So that's pretty much all you need out of that tree. But then the next one is, after that, you get the Shout spell-like ability out of Spellsinger. And the Shout spell-like ability, it's a spell-like ability. So it costs some mana, but not as much as the actual spell. But it allows you to apply meta-magic feats, which are the abilities that enhance your spells, onto the spell-like ability without costing any extra mana. So you can take things like Maximize or Empower, and then have those things affect your feats, affect your Shout without costing more. So your Shout can hit like a truck and cast really fast and be uninterruptible without costing any more. So then what you would do is you would lead the fight with Shout, you walk up to the guys, you throw out your Shout and hit for a bunch of damage, and then quickly whip out your trusty hand axe and start ripping people apart once everyone's a little below half. Because you have a lot of charisma as well, you can access things like Soundburst, stuff like that, which is a great level 2 spell for bards that just causes a stun on targets. So you walk up, throw out Soundburst, it stuns the entire group. Then you go up to them, hit your Shout, which does bonus damage because they're stunned, and then you just go hold down right click and your guy just swings the weapon super duper fast and you kill everybody. There we go. Blow my nose. Oh my god. As well, because you're playing as a melee type character, you can get Sustaining Song out of the Bard Spellsinger tree, which allows you to regenerate health over time. It's the best heal over time in the entire game, and it's extremely powerful. So that's why it's great. As long as you have items that give you devotion spell power, like rings, armor pieces, things like that. As long as you have something giving you devotion spell power, all of a sudden you're going to have a heal over time that's ticking on you for like a quarter of your health every couple of seconds, which is pretty radical. So you can't complain about that. Devotion necklace. See, something like this that gives you devotion, positive spell power. Cool, good job, guys. And now let's just do Shantigore, because why not? I want to do Shantigore. It's a good quest. It's like one of the best quest chains in the game. And then finally, out of the War Chanter tree, there are some really great low-hanging fruit. You get Frozen Fury, which allows you to freeze targets on the third row. See, this is a great example of tons of good items. I've got an adamantine item. Maybe I want an adamantine item. I've got just a good hand axe in case you want to have a good hand axe. I have an evil mace in case I need something that's going to beat evil damage reduction. I have a longsword that has law and critical slashing. This is a crazy high damage longsword for its level. Lot of great items here. And then I've just got and then I've got random chest pieces that aren't really that good. Blazing is great because it's got cold absorption, but how much cold damage do you really take? The opposite, fire absorption. Let's move over towards Chanticleer. Let everybody know that if you just joined the stream just now, make sure that you type something in chat. And when I type something, I mean your favorite class to be registered in the giveaway for your chance to win a expansion pack for this game. Update this. Welcome. We are heading to Chanticleer. Part 1, because I forgot to update it. Love Just Scourge. Rogue Wizard's a pretty good class. Good class, man. I like Rogue Wizard. Quite a bit. Walking up river. Oh god. So if you're wondering, oh man, but I have like a first life character. Shrimtom, can I play your build that you're doing right now? Can I play this Vanguard build? It looks kind of cool. I kind of like the idea of playing a dude who kills people with the shield. Can I play that? Yeah, you can. The only stat that matters is strength. This is the only one. You get strength. You need to have at least a 13 dex. So get 13 dex because you need precision, and then some constitution. That's it. None of your other stats matter. You just get a shield and you kill people. This character has 2 past lives, Ranger, which doesn't affect melee damage, and then Monk, which is just +1 melee damage. You don't need past lives to make a character like this. It may have rolled the first life character IRL. Yeah, maybe. Arcane Trickster? Oh my god, I love my Arcane Trickster rogue. In the pen and paper game that I play, I'm playing Arcane Trickster right now. Arcane Trickster is not the most... It is probably the least damage-based or damage-focused character class in the game. But man, I love it. It's so much fun to mess with people. Intelligence is low. Me not smart. Oh, me not smart. My intelligence is only 15. Damn. I do play 5th edition. I have every second week I do 5th edition game on every second Wednesday over at my coworker's place. For some religion with reincarnation. Got a first life favorite soul right now. Nice, man. Awesome. Oh, my nose is like 20%. Try to keep my sniffling to it.
You see several kobolds appear from the shadows. It's an ambush.
It's an ambush. Whoa. Yeah, I've got a rogue that I'm playing right now in 5th edition. I like my rogue quite a bit, like I said, because I just like sneaking about and not really helping. Because I'm playing an Arcane Trickster. I don't deal a lot of damage. The Assassin or the Acrobat, they get like weird damage abilities and stuff. The Arcane Trickster is like cool. You get like a mage hand so you can steal things, and you can learn enchantment and illusion spells. And no damage. So it's fun. Now you might notice in a character like this, I don't have the cleave ability on this character. I will never have the cleave ability on this character. That is okay. The character's focusing on killing people and generally specific targets. You give me any champion or orange or red name target, they will die before they can make a single attack on my party. High clumps of guys, you know. But I'm not a tank, and that's the most important thing. The character is not a tank. I'm a murder killer. My goal is to murder kill my way through high quantities of monsters. We're going to be doing a giveaway in 4 minutes. So make sure you type your favorite class in the Twitch chat. If you're like, but Strimtom, I haven't registered on Twitch, and I can't type anything in Twitch chat. Well, that doesn't sound like my problem. It sounds like your problem. So make sure you register. Type stuff. Huh. I can't find my actual file to do that, though. That's here. Oh. Moved over the side. Cool. There we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna give away a going to give away a Menace of the Underdark expansion pack today. So, here you go. Ooh, Cleric! I like that. Not a lot of people say Cleric. Tell you one thing, and that's a really important class to like. I love when I have play with Clerics when I do Reaper difficulty, because that means they keep me alive. I'm currently playing as a Druid, and I'll tell you one thing. In Reaper 4 and 5, it is hard to keep people alive, especially in the low levels. So. Oh, that's 2 Clerics! 2 votes for Cleric. Holy crap, you guys. That's amazing.
Set of markings becomes a bit cryptic. Avoid powering before.
Now, if you're wondering and you're looking like, Tom, how do you do these puzzles so fast? It's because I don't do anything else with my life. So that's why.
Life, you hear the grinding of several large gears.
Oh, you have that one? Menace of the Underdark? Well, I'm going to be giving it away. It's a great prize. Menace of the Underdark is a very cool expansion pack. So if you're wondering, like, oh man, so Strimstream, what exactly are you going to be giving away when you say you're giving away the Menace of the Underdark expansion pack? Well, let me tell you guys what I'm going to be giving away. As I slowly whack at boxes and not really fight stuff, because it's super entertaining to like attack boxes.
Chill passes through your body as you make the barely audible moaning of the unliving.
So up here, I'm lazy and I don't remember these things ahead of time. So the Menace of the Underdark. What are you gonna pick up? No, it's not a collector's edition. Oh, that'd be funny though. I did have Menace of the Underdark Collector's Edition. I gave them away, though. I already gave them away for the anniversary event. So, the Menace of the Underdark expansion pack that I'm going to be giving away is going to come with a couple things that are great. It'll come with the 3 Forgotten Realms adventure packs that you can only get by having the expansion pack, the King's Forest, the Underdark, and the Demon Web. It also comes with Epic Destinies, which will allow you to level your character all the way, or to add a extra element to your character's epic levels. See you later, Iron Hands. So this one right here, this set of Epic Destinies, this is the bread and butter of epic characters. Epic characters are fine, but almost all your stats and abilities come from Epic Destinies. If you don't have Epic Destinies, you will definitely notice that other characters are going to be outperforming you quite substantially. Epic Destinies are a core key aspect of playing epic characters, so by having this expansion pack, you'll be able to add an additional class on top of your own. If you're not familiar, the idea is that every single character, whether you play as a fighter or a druid, has an epic side to their character, almost like a destiny, right? A predetermined fate that their character will have on the world, an impact. Because playing your character, you know, you're a hero, and when you get to the epic stage, you're more than just a hero. You're an epic hero. You're a legend, and so because you're a legend, you can basically give yourself more power based on your destiny. And the destinies can focus on many different things. You're not pigeonholed into one. In fact, as long as you're not in a quest, you can change at any time. You can be a Divine Crusader using holy energy to smite down your foes and heal your allies. You could be a Grandmaster of Flowers, attaining monk-like abilities. You know, you could be a Draconic Incarnation, essentially feeling the strength of a dragon and belting out nearly endless volumes of electrical or fire energy out of your body, like some kind of arcane cannon. Or you can become a primal avatar, becoming more focused on nature and being, you know, one with the elements and things, and even turning yourself into a giant tree and stomping on people like you're an ant tearing down Isengard. So cool stuff from Epic Destinies, great things. That'd be good. So there's that. And you also get a Lesser Tome of Learning, which basically any character, Lesser Tome of Learning, any character that you use it on, will give you 25% bonus experience on every single quest you do up to level 20. So if you need to level a character up to epics and you have never had the opportunity or time, and you know, maybe, you know, you're working, you got 3 kids, you got 2 jobs, you got the wife, you got the girlfriend, and you got the mistress, you don't really have time to go out there and level a character all the way up to epics. Well, don't worry, with the Epic Lesser Tome of Learning, they give you 25% bonus experience so you can get on track and get that experience points that you need. It is 9 o'clock though, so I did say I was going to do a giveaway at 9 o'clock, so we're going to do just that. So I'm hoping everybody registered. I'll give you one last chance to type your favorite class in chat. By typing your favorite class, it will enter you in the draw for the Menace of the Underdark expansion pack. So make sure you type that in so I can give that to you. Everyone's getting so excited. Finally got to 20th with your wife. Started, I think, Magister. Yeah, man. See, Magister is one of those things that I always thought Magister really wasn't very good, but now I run my level 30 Bard in Magister because it's just too good not to use. Because it gives you bonus to your maximum cash level, I can get my Shout and Greater Shout. My Greater Shout cash level is at 31, which is a lot. So my Shouts actually crit for 4,000, which is really, really nice. Critting for 4,000 is a lot. Especially considering I can go Shout, Shout, Greater Shout like that and do a burst of like 12k. Not too shabby. And the DC is high enough to keep everything perma-stunned. Wizard, Fighter. Ooh, I like the Fighter. Fighter vote. It's a good vote. Alright, everybody. I hope everybody's been here. I'm going to do the roll now. So the winner of the Menace of the Underdark expansion pack in 2017, live on the Strimstream, while we're demoing Vanguard Fighter, the best class in the game by far, is... Drumroll, please. Bam! Gary Hoy. Congratulations, man. You have won yourself a Menace in the Underdark expansion pack. So I just want to make sure you are here and you want to get your prize. Please, type something in chat. Make sure that you want it, that sort of thing. Because if you don't actually want it and you just happen to type something in chat at the same time, I don't want to give you something that you don't want. Just let me know. If I don't get a response from Mr. Gary Hoy, we will roll until we get a good response. So, some of you may be bitter and be like, "No, I hope that guy doesn't come back and get his prize," but you never know. So, and there will be more giveaways. I currently have in my stash of giveaways here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more expansion packs to give away. 10 more expansion packs. So there will be more. Everyone leave chat so I can win. So I'm gonna give him 5 minutes total. I have a timer going. If he doesn't come back in the next 5 minutes, I will be doing the roll again. So don't drop out. Go. Nice. Alright, next part. Of course, that was a Warforged Wizard Life. Man, I love Warforged. Warforged Wizard. The problem is, now that Dragonborn is out, it's really hard for me to play anything but... it's going to be very difficult for me to play anything but Dragonborn. So, because I love the way Dragonborn look. Their animations are smooth and sleek. That can give away. Well, there's only 2 expansion packs, so yes. I'm going to be giving away different expansion packs. Some days I may give away Shadowfell. I have one Shadowfell Collector's Edition that I'm going to give away that I'm waiting for a special occasion. Don't know entirely what, but... Warforged Artificer is also pretty sick. Yeah. Big fan of the Warforged. Warforged was my favorite race. Maybe still is. I really like Dragonborn. After the racial enhancement pass that just went through, Warforged have become significantly more appealing. The fact that now, to get Healer's Friend, it only costs you a total of 4 enhancement points, means you can actually play as a good Warforged Barbarian. You can play as a good one. The best Warforged Barbarian is going to be spending 41 points in the Frenzied Berserker tree to pick up Eye of the Storm because it gives such an insane amount of base damage, but getting top tier in the Ravager tree for Blood Strength to get your extra healing. That's really important. To do that, that only leaves you with 6 extra enhancement points to freely spend in other trees, which means previously you couldn't max out your Healer's Friend, and if you're playing a Warforged Barbarian, you have that mad drawback. But now, it only costs you 4 points! You can max out Healer's Friend, and you can play as a really, really strong Barbarian, or Warforged Barbarian. God, I'm so excited. Also, if you're like me, and you like to play bad classes, apparently, Dragonborn make amazing Dragonborn make amazing Arcanotax from Artificer because the +3 to DCs for evocation DCs, +2 cast level of all your electric spells, that includes all your spell-like abilities, and the spell power here. Holy moly, do Dragonborn make good Arcanotax. Huge fan. I'm very excited to play a Dragonborn Arcanotac. Warforged is problematic if you want to do Reaper. Yes, it's very difficult for other people to heal you in Reaper mode. That's why I encourage you, if you want to play Warforged in Reaper mode, make sure you get a full party all Warforged, man. All Warforged. Get yourself like a, you gotta have a Warforged Sorcerer doing all the healing. You got like, you know, maybe someone's playing a Warforged Favored Soul to do the tanking and the killing, but also has access to the raise spells. Maybe you got like a Warforged Bard for the supplementary buffing and healing. Maybe you're picking up, you know, Warforged Fighter for the crazy damage, you know, Warforged Barbarian for the damages, Warforged Artificer Rogue. Oh man, a lot of good options there. Making a blue Dragonborn, 14 Pally, 6 Arty, that'll work okay with lightning aspect to it. That depends. Remember, well, Artificer's focus is intelligence. The Dragon Breath requires charisma and evocation DCs. So make sure that you do have, I like that dance. Oh, he's biting. Oh, that's a Claw Bite. Oh, so I forgot about that. If you haven't seen it, by the way, this is really important, Claw Bite. So as a Dragonborn, when you're attacking, you get Claw, and then you get Bite. You don't get the stupid kick. You get Bite. The Claw Bite. Hey, everybody. I got good news. Maybe? Bad news? I apologize, but Gary Hoy, unfortunately, is not here to receive his gift. So, as a result, I'm going to have to roll again. So, cross your fingers. Pray to whatever gods you hold dear. I highly recommend Paylor. Good god. You know, he's a good guy. And maybe if you pray to him, he'll give you exactly what you want in the form of an expansion pack. Because I do have to do a roll again. Alright, so it's off the list. He's off the list. Alright, everybody. We're doing it again. 3, 5... Basement Warrior, congratulations, you have won yourself a expansion pack. Because I couldn't give it away before. Now, if you're not here too, we're gonna keep going. I will keep rolling until the cows come home. You don't need it, reroll. Look at that nice guy. He could have been like, man, I got a friend or a boyfriend or a girlfriend that I want to get into Dungeons & Dragons Online. But no, they said, no, give it away. Look at that. Alright, so I'm going to have to give away the expansion pack again. So we're going to keep rolling. That's right, we will roll all night. We're ballers. We're rolling. I really should get like my dice out here, but it's in my bag, which is over there, so I'm not going to do that. Alright. Roll. Dr. Manny. Look at that. Congratulations. Would you like a Menace of the Underdark expansion pack? Because if you do, just say yes. Yeah, all night long. That'd be cool. Actually, VIP does not come with expansions. They are separate. So, Dr. Manny, I just want to make sure you do want it. I want to confirm. Because if you don't want it, I will keep rolling. We will roll till the cows come home. What if we all politely decline? Then, then we're shit out of luck, I guess. Nobody gets anything. Oh no, look at these! Illusion focus and accuracy. Give me the goggles. Ah, I can't get them out of the floor. Damn. All right. Congratulations, Dr. Manny. I'm gonna send you a sweet link here. I'm gonna need you guys to keep doing the quest while I give free stuff away. So, sweet. So I'm gonna send a message right here. I'm gonna do this live on the Strimstream. Here is a expansion pack. Code. The expansion code. Bam. Cool. There we go. That's done. I'm gonna make sure I mark this off as used. Dad and my sis has a pack along with me. What's up, everybody? What's up, Mist? How you doing? That was really exciting, you know? A lot of you guys are exciting. It's the Menace of the Underdark expansion pack. So that's what I was giving away. Now, I got a question for you guys. Oh, shit, I rolled a 3. Oh, I'm afraid. There we go. Just murdered this guy. There's a marksman over here. Get stunned. Get murdered. Huh? Why am I not hitting that guy? Play Z in the stream chat. There you go. I have a question. Quick vote. I'm going to take this vote to Twitch chat. Because I feel like you guys are smart. you know, you're devoted and you're committed, you watch the Strimstream. Should I just give away another expansion pack? Should I just do that? Because I feel like I could just do that. I mean, they're mine. I don't know if I want. I don't know if I should. I need you guys to tell me. Should I give away another one? I do have a vote for yes, and I have a vote for do it. I do like just do it, like Shia LaBeouf. Save it for another day. That's crazy talk, man. Wait. Save the giveaway? Moderation. Sure, I have a ton. If it's within my power, it is within my power. Someone who can do a chosen math problem? Alright. Fits the new... No. The expansion pack I would give away would be a... I want to win, so you give it away. You want your karma points? That's true. If you win, then you can give something away. Mention someone. Alright. Don't do it. Ooh. I've got like 3 no's. And I have like a lot of yeses. I'm going to have to go with yes. So I'm going to do it one more time. Delayed gratification is the DDO grinding way. Okay, the next... how about this? I'll give a expansion pack away when I TR. I'll give one away next time I TR. So like, I'll see you guys in like a few months. Alright. I'm going to just give away a Shadowfell expansion pack, because why not? I can do that too. I had Nightmare of a Reaper 4 run. Yeah, Reaper 4 Catacombs was so the Crypt of Gerard Dryden has so many undead. That was a tough quest on Reaper. Let me tell you what. Holy cow. Reaper 4 Catacombs is madness. Alright. We'll do it again. I'll give away another expansion pack. The Shadowfell edition. But only because you guys want me to. Also because I want to too. I feel good. We give away the Shadowfell expansion pack. I'm going to go through it so you understand exactly what it is and what you would be getting. So the Shadowfell Conspiracy expansion pack comes with a couple cool things. First, it comes with 2 adventure packs. The Wayloon City and the Stormhorns. Wayloon, the prison city of Wayloon is a very interesting adventure area. As well, it comes with some very good quests, as well as one of the most unique quests in the game in Through a Mirror Darkly. If you ever liked playing The Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, where there's a light world and a shadow world, it's basically just that. You get a magic mirror that transfers you between 2 worlds, and yeah, it's a really cool quest. I highly recommend it. The story is interesting. It's tough. The Shade Archive will kick your teeth in. So great expansion pack, as well as the Stormhorns, one of the most iconic and beautiful parts of DDO captured in one area. It's essentially an incredible hillside that makes you think like, damn, I'm staring at this, I'm looking at Banff National Park. You know what I'm saying? Talking about some like, just got some oomph to it. The quests are interesting, diverse, and I think that, what was it? I can't remember the name of the quest. Army, was it like, it was like stopping the army or fighting the army. The one where you're in the camp and you got to fight the waves of orcs, gnolls, giants, or whatever is impossible on Reaper 10 probably. So, it's a very interesting area. I highly recommend it. Also, it has one of the coolest animations in the game in the quest What Goes Up, where you have to take down a flying glacier airship that's going to be attacking and sieging the land. Cool quest. Highly recommend it. You just get a chance. As well, the Forgotten Realms, or not the Forgotten Realms, the expansion pack is going to give... Breaking the Ranks, that's it. The expansion pack is also going to give you the Purple Dragon Knight Iconic Hero, so you can make a level 15 Purple Dragon Knight. They have horribly ugly faces, but they have the ability to let them use Charisma to hit damage with their main hand weapon, which is pretty cool and something that almost no other character can do. You also get a Lesser Tome of Epic Learning, which, you know, just gives you bonus XP when you're doing epic quests. Every single character you make forever gets a tome that gives them +1 to any skill you like, except for use magic device. So say you want to make a new rogue, but you know, first life rogues, sometimes they have trouble with search checks. No problem, get a permanent +1. It's great. And it gives you as well 1 character slot. So if you say you want to try Purple Dragon Knight, but your character slots are maxed out, then you'll be like, oh man, I want to pick Purple Dragon Knight, but my character slots are maxed out. Don't worry about it. You get a free character slot. You've got no reason not to make a Purple Dragon Knight. Cool, man. And then finally, you get 1,000 turbine points. So at the very least, I'm about to give away 1,000 turbine points. You ever been watching the weekly Wednesday live stream, Fridays at 5, where sometimes codes drizzle in for about 500? Nah, Strimstream. We take it up a notch. We're kicking it into high gear. Boom. Rev that engine up. We're going. It's all about the family here. It's fast and furious. We're talking about 1,000 turbine points on top of your expansion. Ooh. Are you guys ready? Are you ready?
Goblins here seem at once eager to kill you.
Like, I need to know if you guys are ready for this expansion pack to drop. I'm going to drop it in chat right now. Damn it! DDO points! I've been foiled again by my inability to say stuff. And alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give away a Shadowfell Conspiracy expansion pack live on the DDO stream. I hope you win. You want it, so it's important. I really hope you win. And remember, if you don't want it, you can either pass it to somebody else and we can keep rolling, or you can always give it to a friend. So there's always good uses for this stuff. Last part, let's do it. Drum roll, please. Oh my God, Templars! Congratulations. I have a feeling you may already have this expansion pack, and you may not be watching the stream still, but I have a feeling you already own it. So, I have this inkling suspicion. So, depends on what you want to do. But I will leave it in your very capable hands. You may have some friends that want to try playing it. So, that you can. It's always something you can give away. Just be aware, if you did want it for the 1,000 DDO points, you only get the DDO points if you actually do apply it to your account. So if you already have the expansion pack, you can't earn the 1,000 DDO points if you already have Shadowfell. That's very important. But just make sure, just confirming, you do want that expansion pack, and/or you know a guy who can use it. And that's really the most important thing. I just want people to have the chance to, play the game, And if, say, you've got a friend, they're like a huge fan of some of the game. Say no, he's right there. He said woot in chat. Maybe you've got like a friend who wants to play the game that you can't get to try it because they're like, oh man, I don't want to play. Oh, okay, I could do that. Cool. I just got to tell in game, so I'm gonna give it away. So we're gonna do another reroll. We will do a reroll. I think he fainted because he won. Oh man, hope I'm not, tearing out people's hearts here. My God. All right, we're gonna do another reroll. So I got a drum roll, please. I gotta do the drum roll too. I'm so lazy. This is hard. Yeah. Congratulations, Nirvin. Nirvin. I'm gonna say Nirvin. You won. That's right. The guy says, oh man, I'm never going to win. No, I'm not going to win. It's impossible. I can't win. Fate smiled upon you. And there's no bias in this. It's random. I don't have the patience to actually do anything like this. So, congratulations, man. You have won yourself the Shadowfell Conspiracy expansion pack that I'm about to send you in a message here after I stop fighting these monsters. Rolls drum along the sidewalk. That's actually a good one. That's a good one. Oh, man. There we go. Awesome, man. Give me a second here to get the message going. I'm going to try to do both of these at the same time. Because you win yourself a... Oh, I can't even spell. Copy. I'm going to mark it off that I've given that away. Cool. And now we save this. I still have plenty of expansion packs to give away, so don't you worry. And I sent you that message. So we're good to go there. So congratulations to all those people that did get the opportunity to play and win. By the way, there's tons of traps here. I apologize, I was mildly distracted. Ow. Yeah, mildly distracted. I was doing a drum roll. It's exciting. Got a jet. Cool, thanks for watching, man. But yeah. Hey, man, I try to be as efficient as I possibly can. It's difficult when you're easily distracted. Like, I see shiny stuff, and I get very easily distracted. So, like, hard for me to pay attention and do multiple things at the same time. I'm going to drink one of these haste pots to give me the movement speed so I can very easily get over this trap here. You're going to have to do some accurate jumps. Good luck. Ow, that hurt. Okay, so. This is the hardest part. I need to get up this. There's a ladder up here that's going to be trapped. Don't go up the ladder. It's trapped. Oh, no. Hold person. Thank you. The trick is, jump on. Make sure I don't get roasted. Oh. Oh, God. We're up at the top. No! I got inflict critical wounds. Crap. Ooh, on the ladder. Inflict critical wounds. Oh, I failed my save and I died. Oh, that sucks. Oh, no. That blows. Oh, man. All right. I will need somebody to rescue me. I need a, get a rescue mission going on here. If anybody has like ranged attacks, make sure you're potentially like hanging down these clerics with some bow attacks or something. Oh my god. Ugh. I did not expect to die. Oh, the door's not open. Oh. Okay. Damn. We need someone to open the door. Medic. Oh, Slick the superhero. I love it. Thank you. Oh, okay, I'm gonna use the shrine. This is a good time to use the shrine. You have all the expansions, but not all the iconics. You just can't get the points. Yeah, man. I hear ya. I logged on my mailing subscriber by any way I can tell what level I am before doing that? I don't know if there's a way you can do that. I would hope so, but I'm honestly not sure. I can't give you a concrete answer on that one. Okay. Okay. So. Wait. Just time it. Oh, oh, oh! Huh? What? 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 Oh my god, can you open the door? Oh no! Oh no! Wait, no, don't risk it. Just use the hireling to open the door. I don't know what's up with this trap. It's got such a ridiculous range on it. Oh my goodness. Okay, the hireling will save the day. Okay, we got this. We got this. Oh my god. What's going on, Megatech? Oh my goodness. Alright. This trap section. Holy cow. Where's my resist acid pots at? I'm not prepared for this dungeon. Do I have any items that resist acid? I have acid guard, which is not what I want. Oh my god, I made it. Cool. I'm just gonna burn down one of the clerics from here. So what you do here is I'm doing range, I'm sidestepping slowly so I can see their weapon's arc. Okay, I got this. Bow and arrow. And once I get these guys down, then I can go. Sweet. Okay. So. Dodging fire traps. This is the hard part. You can't drink potions on a ladder. Oh, and I did not grab it. Whoops. Go, 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 go. Oh, we're so close. Ugh. That's what I'm talking about, god damn it. What I'm talking about. You caused me so much stress. Get murdered. Oh, you were shooting at me the whole time, too. Oh. I don't like the look of your face. Stunning shield. Shield smash. Goodbye. Vanguard Paladin. And by Paladin, I mean fighter. I don't know what I'm talking about. Leaf flame traps in seal are deadly. Can be quite often. Rut-row. Okay. Nope, I got you. Got this, don't worry. Nope, no soldier left behind. Okay, this is U-Tax right here. I am not going to be able to get the cleric, though. So, coming up next is one of the best fire traps in the entire game. This is the one that was featured when the game was first released. This is one of the most iconic traps in the game. Looks like a big room with pillars, and every single pillar has 4 fire traps on it. I don't know why they haven't made more traps like these. These are amazing. It just looks so intimidating and terrifying. I love this trap. This is one of my favorite trap in the entire game. Look at this madness. It's just like, how are you supposed to get through this? It's so intimidating. It's so like DDO, right? This is when you imagine like a crazed dungeon master comes up with this. This is like, ugh. How do we get through it? Hug the right wall. Because you just hugged the right wall. Ooh, I made a reflex save so I didn't die. Basically, the trick is you just hug the right wall, and then hopefully you can get through. Yeah, there's no way to turn this off. You just gotta hug the right wall and get up to where I am. If you can get to where I am, you can make it through. Alright, so he's going for it. Yeah. Jumped. Oh! Oh, good. Okay, you got a safe spot right there. This is the hardest part, is getting around this corner here to where I am. Oh, spikes, careful. Careful, you gotta move. Ooh! So close. I have no way to resurrect you. But I can do this. Slash cry. That's what I could do. Oh yeah, jump close to the mouth because of the cone. Famous hordes of reapers, but these... Oh, yeah, exactly. The traps, man. Nice! Stabilization, that's all that matters. Jump in haste. Jump through here. Good. Got heroism. These don't turn off. Don't think. Oh, hey. Hello. Spike traps. Ooh! But I made it. We're good. I made it. Ooh! Oh, that's 0. Stabilize, man, stabilize. You're just lying underneath. They can't catch you. They can't catch you. It's like a sneaky, super secret spot. Fire doesn't know. Uh-oh. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get your stone here. Okay, I got it. I got it, everybody. I will finish the job. You come in this room, right around the corner. Kabushki Minotaur. Uh-oh, how am I gonna fight that? Oh, wait, I just stun it? Oh, actually, I don't stun it because it makes it save, but I stun it anyway. That's the thing about having double stuns. I can stun them no matter what they want. Valb. I don't know what that does. But anyway. We get to here, and all of a sudden, Raise Shrine. Raise here, get your raise here. Damn. So there's still more traps. If you thought that was the end of it, you are so very, very wrong. Oh, the valve shuts off the fire traps? I didn't know that. Oh, cool. I should know that considering I'm playing this game. So, I'll wait for you guys to catch up off the traps. But yeah, this is why this quest, I love it because the traps are just so interesting and well done. If you look at an area like this, there's two sides. You can go the right side or the left side. The right side is just a straight death trap. You can disable the traps at the bottom, but the right side is a straight death trap. You can disable the traps over here, but it's straight death traps. You can't do anything. The left side is not death traps. You just hug the left wall and you're fine. Hey, thanks for watching, Nirvin. Have an awesome day or evening or whatever time zone you're in. I hope you enjoy that expansion pack, and we'll catch you around. Ooh, the wolf attacking me. Oozes. Oop, oop. Melee on these oozes. Ah. I like the fact that one of our Dragonborn just goes like all straight melee and goes claw claw bite on him. I feel like it would hurt if you bit an ooze, but oh, whatever. The Dragonborn dance headbanging? It is headbanging. I got an interesting question here from a viewer. How does the dice work with the game? I know that it's used in the pen and paper game, and I see the dice icon on the bottom of the screen, but how is it applied in the online game? Is there a button you click where the dice is rolled, or what determines the actual stuff in the game? So, this game is entirely based on dice rolls. So, the original core mechanics of the 3.5 edition of Dungeons & Dragons involves using the use of dice rolls. If I want to make an attack, it's based on a % chance to hit using a dice roll. So let's say, for example, I make an attack with my main weapon here. I got my Topesh. To hit the monster, in a classic game, I have to roll a dice. So I would roll a 20-sided dice. I would add my attack bonus, plus 28 here, to my 20-sided dice, and I have to beat the enemy's armor class. So if an enemy has armor class 38, and my attack bonus is 28, I would roll my dice, and it would give me, I need to roll a 10 or higher to get 38 to be able to beat that guy's armor class and hit him. Dungeons & Dragons Online takes all those mechanics of dice rolls, your balance checks, your concentration checks, your ability saves, your attack rolls, all that, and rolls it automatically for you. So when I go to a monster and attack it, Kobold Shaman, right click, boom, my character makes the attack. I missed. I make the attack, and I get it rolls the dice for me. So apparently I failed my save versus Cause Fear. I made my save versus Alchemist Fire. So this is a 20-sided dice right here. I changed my dice. And it's making that roll every time I do anything that involves a dice roll in the regular game. So there's that. That's essentially how that works there. So every time you do anything that would be a regular action where you would roll a dice, the game simulates dice for you. The mechanics are all still based on dice rolls. God, is there any good items here? Got a question. I want to do DD treated from friends the first timer. We'd like to do all day. The only thing is he has very slow download speed. It'll take him all day to download the game. Can I perhaps download it to him and transfer it to him on a CD or something else? On Steam, download, copy the game folder. Hey, look at that. Yabba Dabba Dabba's got a great idea. I don't have to answer that question. That's why I love Twitch chat. You guys work together, you know? You work together and you help each other out. You know? That's what Twitch chat's all about. Hey, good job, man. Have a good night, eh? Thanks for coming. I'm gonna level up as fighter. Gonna do that. Leveling up. The only skills I put in are intimidate, jump, and use my device. I put points in jump because even though I have a huge strength and it'll give me a lot of jump, tower shields give like -10 to your jump, and armor gives like -6 to your jump. So it's just easier. Okay. Now, feats. Right. I need feats. Precision? Oh, I can't take precision yet. Quick draw is a pretty good feat. I will consider taking that. Tactical. So I'm not going to take tactical training or combatant, but I will take tactical master and tactical supremacy. So I think for sure, I'm just taking level 6 and then moving on to level 4 quests. I think for sure I'm going to be taking Heavy Armor Combatant here. Heavy Armor Combatant is great because it gives physical and magical resistance rating while wearing heavy armor, which I will be doing. Kaboom. It depends on your build. I'm not going to use Cleave because my idea is I do so much single target damage. Cleave doesn't matter. I think I'll take Improved Shield Bash for now. I might swap out Improved Shield Bash for something else, but for now I'm going to take Improved Shield Bash. Or Quick Draw. I think Improved Shield Bash is probably better for now. I will take Quick Draw later. This character is going to have heavy usage of action boosts. Action boosts are great when you have Quick Draw. Because Quick Draw, they updated this feat. What it used to do is just make it so you draw and fire throwing weapons faster. Now, you change weapons lightning fast. So when you swap to a scroll to cast a spell and then swap off, it's lightning fast. It's super fast. And also, spell-like abilities or action boost. You know how when you use an action boost it has that like half a second delay where you can't attack or do anything? A Quick Draw eliminates that. So you can activate your action boost super fast, not worry about that little bit of a delay. It's a big increase in your DPS. I'm going to take Improved Shield Bash for now, so I have more shield attacks coming out, and I'll later probably swap that out for Quick Draw once I get more base shield bash chance. It's I. Can't put anything yet. I think... Oh, I can take this. Vicious Shield. Plus 10% chance. So now I'm up at 40% chance to make a secondary shield bash, which is way more than enough. And 5% extra combat style bonus. So I'm going to take double cores here. Double cores seems pretty good. Now you're going to see me doing the shield bash slightly more often. Whoa. I guess copy to a CD and bring it to him so you can install it. Don't use a CD. Use a flash drive. Like a thumb drive. I don't know if I have one. Do I have one? Yeah, I do. Use one of these. Highly recommend that one. So what are we doing tonight? Fighter Shield. Yeah, man. Fighter Shield. Way better Deborn. Yeah, right. You wish. I'm going to repair my stuff and sell, and then I'm going to start on level 4 quests. Probably start with Firestone Inlet, because I like that quest. Shield Bashing Shield. Oh, I have a bunch of new items. I forgot. I'm level 6 now. So I've got new armor, which is going to give me more fortification. Fortification is a great low-level stat, because it basically makes you immune to critical hits. So I highly recommend you get lots of fortification. I can't use these gloves. And I have new bracers, giving me +3 to all saves, so I will take that all day. I also have a mithril shield here, which is cool. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but it has a really cool design, though. The actual shield? Like, look at that. That is a sick-looking shield. It's like a parapet on a castle wall. Cool-looking shield, man. The mithril shields look very interesting if you ever get your hands on one. Can you borrow mine? Yeah, sure, man. Come on over. I will absolutely lend mine to you if you need it. You have to come to me. I'm not going to, like, go bring it to you. But, yeah, man. Returning throwing axe of diversion. I will keep that. Bunch of garbage. Vendor. Where's my item? Yeah. Potion of Wonder. You're not allowed to drink Potions of Wonder in town. Some of you might be thinking, well, why can't I drink a Potion of Wonder in town? I just want to. The reason you can't drink a Potion of Wonder in town is because Potions of Wonder kill people because they can summon blades. So. You use like 10 gigabytes? Yeah, exactly. 36 strength at level 10 is bad? No, I'm sure that's great, but I have a 25 strength. I'm prepared to travel to Sweden to bring it to you. I mean, I'd go to Sweden. That'd be kind of cool. Never been. We're going to start with Irestone Inlet when it comes to the level 4 quests. Which I just realized I only have 20 minutes left of the stream. Holy crap, time flies fast when you're playing the Fighter Vanguard, the best class in the entire game. Yeah, Dragonborn don't... So it's weird. You can't dye their hair. You can find Dragonborn... You can find hair dye as a Dragonborn, but you can't actually use the hair dye. You can use it. So normally, if you have like Warforged, it'll say race absolutely excluded, and then you can't use hair dye as a Warforged. Dragonborns aren't excluded, so you can use it, but it won't change the color of your hair, even if you have hair as a Dragonborn. So just keep that in mind. In fact, if maybe some of the guys from Standing Stone are listening to this stream right now, just tack that in there in a next patch or hotfix. I don't know how you make things race restricted, but hair dyes could potentially be restricted from Dragonborn as well because they don't work. Just so that you don't have players getting confused. Confused, because you can't have them. Is it possible to make a Warlock, Paladin, or a Lock and make him a tank? Absolutely. Warlocks make very, very durable tanks because their aura allows them to add their constitution to their temporary hit points that pulses constantly. Being part Paladin would give you a lot of physical and magical resistance rating. The real question is, would it be better to make something that isn't a pure Warlock? Because pure Warlock adds way more damage than if you splash Paladin. It's a tough sell. I don't know. But I'm going to say the answer is definitely yes. How would do that work? Basically, you would use the Enlightened Spirit Tree, give yourself a lot of defensiveness. You'd want to take at least 3 Paladin. If you're going to take more, probably 4 Paladin. Get the extra movement speed. You put points in the Sacred Defender tree, which would give you access to 10% or 20% bonus life from Sacred Defense stance, as well as 6 bonus Constitution. And then you'd have a lot of points in Warlock, so that way you can get the top tier of the Warlock tree, allowing you to add double your Constitution as temporary hit points whenever your aura pulses, giving you a constant revitalizing source of temporary hit points, as well as a lot of physical and magical rating from being Paladin and having access to defense. I hope that helped you understand what you should do. Tower shields, I don't know what kind of shield you should use. I have no idea. I imagine you would want to use the Skyvault shield if you're going to play something like that. The Skyvault shield is a special tower shield that has no spell failure chance. It would be your best bet for doing something like that. Got brats to teach in 7 hours? Oh, brats! You sound like such a nice teacher. Yeah, get some sleep, man. I'm allowed to stay up late tonight because I don't have to work until 9:30 tomorrow. So I'm going to do just that. Now the big thing is, now what you're going to notice is like, Stream Tom, you don't have any AoE yet. That's true. But instead you're just going to hear ting, 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 as I'm like just attacking guys. Don't expect kids to be nice at 14. That's true. I was 14 once, so. Oh god, I can't even see anything. Ooh. Another reason why using Shield Smash is great is because it just gives a little bit of physical and magical resistance rating, popping me up to 58. I don't know. And I can maintain that 58 because the buff is longer than the actual. Also, how to pronounce Veil of Twilight and not Whale of Twilight. Trade-off was alright. So, from playing a lot of video games have taught me a lot of really great words that you don't normally hear all the time. Cull is a word you don't hear all the time, but it's a great word. I'm trying to think of other good words. Intimidate is a good word. Again, one that I did get from video games. Intimidating is not that uncommon of a word, saying like, oh, somebody was very intimidating, I felt intimidated, something like that. It does come up every once in a while. And it's a very, very good word to use in conversation because it's very accurate. Oh, I went in for a job interview, but I found the person that was interviewing me very intimidating. When I went up to stand and, speak and present something to a very large audience, I found the audience very intimidating. Obfuscate is a word I've never heard used in a video game. It's a great word, but I've never heard it used in a video game. So I can't agree with that one. Just a bunch of good words. Pilfer, prestidigitation. Those are words I've got both from games. What else is there? Sleight of hand is a good one. Expression that's used other places, not directly from video games, but pilfer for sure. As in to pilfer goods. Steal is one I definitely got from video games. Aggro is a video game term. I don't know if there's a non-video game use of the term aggro. Aggression, but aggression's used in lots of different places. Aggressive is lots of different.
The briny
Pillage?
air stinks
Kind of a
from
Viking
this
thing, really. Oh, get stunned, dinks! Huh? Little jerk.
dink.
Ooh, get stunned. God, that feels good. What else is there? There's a lot of really good words in video games that you don't normally hear in other places. It's hard to think directly of them.
Yar ordered Says to sail on Stormreach and blockade the harbor. Keep them from leaving
I don't know. It's odd. It depends. Repetitiously. Yeah, that's a good word. And I think it's important to think about kind of where your vocabulary comes when you think in the sense of like, you know, oh, I, you know, because the media that we watch and we listen to affects the way we think in a lot of ways. You may not consider that like, oh man, I totally read this like book when I was in high school or whatever, and I don't really care about it. But it was like after reading the book 1984 by George Orwell, it made me think a lot more about language and how we perceive stuff as language. It's something that had never really occurred to me before reading that book, but the idea that the way that you think is based on your language is important, right? If your language is different, you're going to think a different way, right? Not just in the way that you think, but also the words that you have access to. There are a lot of great words that don't exist in my language, but that have things, that have like meanings, but there's no way to describe it. A great word for that is like Schadenfreude. Great word. It's not an English word though, it's a German word, you know? And it's the feeling, the good feeling you get when you see something bad happen to somebody else, right? It's a feeling that you have definitely probably felt at some point, watching somebody miss a bus, or like get splashed by like a huge puddle as a car drives past a puddle. It's terrible, and it sucks that it happens to people sometimes. But at the same time, there's definitely a little part of you that's like, tee-hee, and you giggle when you see that. There's no word for that in the English language. So, if there's no word for something, it's more difficult to think about it. Miasma. Perfect video game word. You don't, that word is used nowhere. But man, you played Final Fantasy, miasma is a awesome word. But it's used all the time. It's one of the spells in that game is miasma. Especially when you don't speak English and you go for the longest time. That's something I've heard a lot, is that people that don't, there are a lot of people out there that don't know how to speak English, but they can read and write it because they play video games, and a lot of video games are just straight up in English. Incorporeal, a great word. And ethereal, another word, video game related. Damn it, I think I'm getting sick. But yeah, ethereals and incorporeal, great words. No? That's why, like, I don't know, think about the language and the way that you get your words. It's important to also consider that there are potentially things that you can't express, emotions you can't feel because you don't have a word to describe that emotion with. Which made my head, like, explode. And so, interesting concept of the book. That wasn't the only focus of the book. There's more to that. But it's not a perfect book. There are definitely very boring sections of that book that were hard to read. But yeah, but I like the fact that there are a lot of interesting words you can learn from video games that you can carry into other aspects of your life that will teach you stuff. Because people that do like creative writing, especially for, you know, games that have kind of like a more, I want to see like medieval tone, you know, where we're playing in the time of Merlin and friends with magic and swords and kings and knights. And I am getting trucked by this warg who keeps tripping me. Oh my gosh. Whoa, I almost got killed by the warg because tripping to trip. Oh my god. That guy almost eradicated me?
You have saved 8 crewmates from the bandit.
Oh, another word. A word from video games. Eviscerate. Eviscerate is a word you don't hear in non-video games. Old-timey English. Or just more colorful. They have to make the descriptions more exciting or exaggerated, right? I did not kill that guy. I eviscerated that guy. No?
This small vessel
Stop.
They look seaworthy.
Stop, cleric.
Perhaps
Die.
Yayar's
Get outta here.
won't be too deep to anchor in such shallow waters. Yayar's
Let's run.
schooner has been transformed into a floating bomb. You hear a
Yeah,
bellowing
there it is.
voice
You
from
hear a
far
bellowing
away.
voice not far away. A
Yayar
bellowing
is
voice.
when he's stuck
That,
ashore.
you know, that's loud, as in it, you know, from far away, but very, very loud. Expeditious. So that's what I said. Like, there's a lot of great words out there, man. A lot of great words. Gouge, it's a good one. If you look at pretty much the entire World of Warcraft rogue skill set, a lot of good words in there. Dog, not quite a good word. I'm sure it's fine, but I get these witch doctors, so I don't have to deal with this stupid damage garbage. Lore, yep. Good. Doge. Doge is a great word. Sorry, my Doge. Yeah, I always used to say Doge. Like D-O-G-E, like Doge. But apparently it's Doge. And I can't complain because the original usage of that word from Homestar Runner, they say Doge. But I say Doge, and in my head I read it as Doge, but it's actually Doge.
At a cook pot in the back of the camp.
That's definitely a word I haven't heard used that often. Lorgasm. Sure, it's a great word. Just don't hear it used that often. Man, I just rolled 3 once. Damn, that sucks.
Scartard flails in agony and steps moving.
Just kill all these guys here. Yeah. We did. You're the Venice guy. Here we go. Everybody's dead. Now we can go talk to those guys and finish it off. I have no idea what you're talking about. Doga Venice. Oh, we're done? Yeah. Talk to Stain Tusk. And he's like, yeah, you killed those guys. You killed them. You did it all. You're the greatest, man.
Howls in triumph.
And then she's like, bah, you killed the kobold. And he's like, cool, XP. Yay, yay. XP, yay. Not gonna complain about XP. Word I picked up is vernacular. Vernacular is good. Vernacular is a great word. Huge fan. Huge fan of that word. Oh man, I think that's all for me for now. Vorpal hand axe of critical slashing. Holy moly, look at this strength of this hand axe. DPS, DPS, DPS. Oh, Vorpal, triple Vorpal. Vorpals are great because you've got the chance to do the one-shots, so good. I have 5 text messages. You just stop texting me. The issue is one of my friends has been constantly texting me the whole time, telling me about Mass Effect. So I'm like, oh god, because he's playing and I'm not. Yes, there are still separate servers in DDO. There was a server move a little while ago to so they kind of upped the server technology so they could up the capacity a little bit, from my understanding. Although you still run into those issues sometimes. Like I said, when I was playing on the weekend, Argonesson was full when I tried to get in, and it sucked. So, what are you gonna do? But yeah, so there you have it, everybody. Vanguard fighter, a lot of fun, a lot of damage. So, it's good, you know. It's all about, you look at the character like this, you see, okay, cool, tank, armor, shield, damage, or like tanking, it's gonna be defending, front line, defending people, keeping the line. No, I do this. I slam people with my shield, I slam them again, I slam them again, slam them again. So that's what this character is all about. So I hope this gives you some information or inspiration. Try out things you don't normally see. The Vanguard tree is an perfect example of a tree that's really good and underused. The Arcanotechnician tree from Artificer is another example of a very good enhancement tree that is underused. So I highly recommend you give both of those a try, although Vanguard is right here. If you're looking for an Arcanotechnician character to try to play, I do have a character that... Actually, no, my god, my build doesn't put any points in Arcanotechnician. Damn it, never mind. I don't know. There's the Electric Critzilla build, which you can find if you Google Electric Critzilla. Very interesting build guide. I don't entirely know how it works, but apparently it does ridiculous damage. So, anyways, that's going to be the end of the stream for today. I was thinking about doing an extended stream afterwards, but unfortunately, I'm completely exhausted from doing this talky fasty kind of thing. However, if you did enjoy watching the stream here and you're like, damn it, Stream Tom, this stream is amazing. I want to watch more of you. How can I do that? Well, did you know you can actually go there and follow me at twitch.tv/StreamTom? As well, you can see right above here where I'm pointing with my fingers. You can see my Twitter where I tweet out cool stuff and let you know when I'm going to be streaming and what I'm going to be doing and how that stuff goes very often. So there you go. Social media, outreach, video games. I think that's about it. I felt like it's 3 a.m. in the morning. If you use Twitch, I have a foundation to say capital. It can prove to be. Oh man. You guys are funny. Yeah, I hope everyone had a good time. Tired. I don't keep playing. I'll probably finish off the snowball build later, but for the next week, like I said, I'm probably going to be playing Mass Effect and not playing DDO. Because DDO is great, but I'm going to play Mass Effect. Because it just came out today. Maybe I'll do that now. Probably going to do that. Hey man, no worries. We're every single Tuesday from 7 to 10. That's how you know. So, I'm not going to stream Andromeda. I'm just going to play it. When I play single player games, I like to just play it. Like, focus on the game, so I don't stream it that often. Anyway. I have this mustache, and it's really nice. I like patting it. It's just nice. Feels good. Alright, I'm actually going to go and stop being distracting. Instead of just sitting here chit-chatting. That's about it. Cool. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye. Have a great night. Enjoy